I'm alive. Okay. Press the button. Where's the button? There is button. Ugh. Where's my other button that I need to press? Ugh. My setup stuff is always a mess. But it's fine. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're up. We're up and good to go. Oof. Oh yeah. Feels like it's a different day than it is. Kind of wish it was Friday, but no, it is Thursday today. Thursday. Not really sure 100% what we're gonna do, other than some recommended ones. I have some other ones pulled up just in case. Just because I tend to go long anyway. So for some reason, I'm a masochist and I want to keep going for as long as possible. So and just in case I have like a shoe queued up and like stuff complaining about Coco Melon, just in case. Hey cats, how you doing tonight? Hope you're having a good day. I am finishing off my gamer subs as I feel like I need it more than usual. I don't know why. You wish it was Monday? Why would you want it to be Monday? Is there something cool happening on Monday? Or do you just have different hours? Chilling cats? Okay. Wow. Okay, here's my gamer subs. No. Let's start with a bang. Start with a bang. So I tested the volume on this, so hopefully it's fine. Hey Gamma, how you doing tonight? But yeah, okay. And I always just think where I mess with my temperature. I'm either too hot or too cold, and I can never find a good place. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now I'm good. Okay, doing okay. That's good. Watch out, some people might call you racist for using the okay signal. On Monday, my friend is coming, and we're gonna play Cuphead. Okay, then that's a reasonable reason to want it to be Monday, as if you have something going on, or if you have like a different schedule than everyone else. But otherwise, it'd be like, what is wrong with you? But yeah, okay. So the other day we went over the golf club on Kentucky Ballistics Channel. So this is a different golf club. It is rocket powered instead of just like blanks. So we'll see.
This
Not that there isn't anything wrong with me. Oof.
This is a rocket-powered golf club. Professional golfers have an average swing speed of 110 miles per hour, but using two
Wow.
F-size...
Actually, I remember, I think I used some of these. Because there was a very, very brief period of time where me and my dad would go and launch rockets. And we'd use these little things. And we'd take them to the park and we'd use stuff like this to go and launch little rockets. That was fun. But probably spent way more money than we spent time on it. So, wasn't the best investment. But it was fun for the time that I did have with my dad. So, worth it, I guess.
motors, she swings at 150 miles per hour every time. Usually
Wow.
for builds on my channel, I just show you guys the final thing and don't really talk about the process of how we got there. And rest assured, today we will get to see huge drives, whoa!
Wow.
Golf balls shattering glass in super slow-mo,
Nice.
pulverized watermelons, and even a handheld version. But this build, I think, is a great chance to pull back the curtain and demonstrate how the engineering design process actually works. I want to highlight 6 learning opportunities that led us to this final design. And to do that, we need to go back in time 4 months to when I first had the idea. And as always, we started with a simple prototype to see if the concept even had a remote chance of working. But before I fire it up, you'll notice we have counterweights on the opposite side here. That's so that the center of mass of the spinning part is on top of the axis of rotation. In other words, it balances perfectly at the point at which it spins around. If you don't do that for something that spins, it creates a bunch of extra force for your system to deal with. It starts as a small vibration, but then it gets worse and worse as you pick up speed. Since we need to hit this tiny ball with the head of this club at really high speeds, if we're not perfectly balanced, the club and the whole platform itself would just be shaking all over the place. And
that makes sense.
Okay, back to the test.
That's why we have
Those stands are shaking more than they should, so we knew we would need to balance the spinning part better for the real test, but at least we knew it could go kind of fast and nothing blows up. And so then it was time for CAD, which is always the next step. And then together with my friends Ken and Kayla, we started cutting metal.
It also feels like a little blast from the past. The xylophone, that xylophone is putting in some work. Oof. The CAD is also a blast from the past from when I was doing engineering work. Hey, Rusty. How you doing tonight? Well, not work. I was doing engineering classes. I want to get my first pew pew this Christmas. Ooh, nice. Do you have like what type you're going for? Are you doing more home defense, just fun, revolver? What are you looking for, Gamma? We actually have a decent amount of pew pews lined up for content today. So, if there's something specifically you want us to look at, just let me know. Ooh, 1911? Yeah, no, that's a good way to go. That's a good way to go. But yeah, I used to mess with CAD in high school because I used to do a lot of engineering classes. Because since I was like the age of 7, I thought I was going to be an engineer. And then I became an accountant. And then I became a VTuber. So I guess I just completely failed. What? What about the kitchen? I just beat the final boss in Tunic? Oh, I heard that it was vaguely Souls-like in some regard. So I imagine, yeah, your hands are shaking, man. That was hard. Nice. Congratulations on winning.
And making stuff.
Boxing, you've played it too. Can you attest to if that is a hard fight?
Mobile and PC with Google Play Games.
Makes it kind of like this music. Oh, Husky.
Things came together well, so we epoxied a 3D printed motor mount to the top of the driver and prepped our first real test by taking one of those easy ups and draping some nets on the side for safety.
Okay. Really old BBC News skit. Okay. Remind me to look it up right after this video.
In case something went catastrophically wrong.
Oh, something catastrophic. Oh, does it knock it off? What's gonna happen? Does it catch on fire? What horrible thing happens? Oh, okay.
This was our second learning experience.
It launches.
We didn't have enough contact area for epoxying the head to the driver, so it wasn't a strong enough bond. This was tricky because it meant we had to 3D scan the club head, which allowed us to CAD up and then 3D print a more contoured mount with more contact area for the epoxy.
My favorite thing that I made with 3D printing was just X-23 claws, which is just Wolverine claws minus the middle claw. But yeah, no, that was my favorite thing. I made some for my dad too, but I made those out of cardboard so that we could go as Laura and Logan. And I was actually pretty proud of that costume set. It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
We also took this chance to double the rocket holsters because what could possibly go wrong? So we went to test our new dual
Considering how the game is, you kind of have to. You have to do the boss again? Oh boy.
Perfectly. Except for the part where the head snapped off the driver.
Oof.
That was not expected.
And when we reviewed the slow-mo footage, what we realized was the shaft of the driver is so flexible that it would start to bend and then create really weird thrust vectors for the rockets, which then just bent the shaft even more. This is not what you want to see.
Not strong enough to withstand the force.
The head just came off.
Whoop.
So our third learning opportunity was to stiffen up the club shaft. So we got some aluminum C-channel
We have 2 more learning opportunities to go, right? He said it failed 5 times.
Remarkably well. You could see the difference here. And so with that, we headed out to a very remote shooting location in beautiful Northern California.
I mean, I prefer Northern California because at least it has those the redwoods are cool.
But first, I had
something still California,
I wanted to get
though.
off my chest. So one of the things I like most about me is that I will...
What?
I like
That
to
sounds
reach out to
egotistical.
lesser known channels and sort of give them a handout and some exposure on my channel, which is why today I'm here with Destin, Smarter Every Day. And if by some miracle you don't know, Destin is on the...
I think he was recommended during my physics class when I was in school. That's funny. Ever play Persona 3? You know what true suffering is like. And not that the final boss is hard, but it's too long. It makes me cry every time I try and beat it. Was it Persona 3? I want to say it was one of the Persona games. Or was it Shin Megami Tensei? Where that was the stream where DSP was doing the DSP thing. And forgot his camera was on. Which stream was that? I think it was one of the Persona games, though. And I want to say it was Persona 3. I don't know why that's where my mind immediately goes, but it does.
Mount Rushmore of science YouTubers. We've been friends for almost exactly 6 years, and I know this because I took a screenshot of the huge moment for me when he subscribed to my channel when I only had 10,000 subs. He's made videos about the physics of cats landing on their feet, tattoos in super slow-mo, or the first video I saw of him about how chickens have an internal open feedback loop which allows them to head track. If you've never seen this stuff, I'm actually jealous because you have so many hours of high-quality viewing in your near future. So, I like golf. I like rocket.
I don't know how much I can say. I'll just say I'm having fun with Tunic. That's fair.
Should we do this?
Yeah, it's just, that was the intro, right?
That was it.
Whatever.
So we all continued to set up, and something that was important to me was for this to look as natural as possible at a driving range. So we added some turf to cover the base plate, and then dissected a golf bag to cover the sturdy steel column. And then if you add some... Persona 3 has like 12 phases for the final boss. Oof. And again, it's not hard if you're prepared, but it takes what feels like hours to finish. Yeah, no, honestly, sometimes just the length of the boss is worse than it actually being hard. Like, isn't there like a Final Fantasy boss that just has like a ridiculous amount of health for like literally no reason, and it's like a giant whale? And you can, but they let you like go and save because they realize how freaking long it is. I vaguely remember that being a thing when I was watching Fiery Joker. I think he had a segment on that, and I just remember it being like, how is that real? I don't know which game it was, but I remember that being a thing. Clubs, it looks pretty awesome. It's incredibly rigid, and yet it can still swing freely. It felt like a 9-to-5 job for a sec there. Our final test footage. If you listen, the club goes faster and faster with each. Try playing Final Fantasy 3 NES. You're gonna get bored to tears. Which one? Which one is that? Because wait, is it 3 that's 6, or is it 4 that's 6? Which one is 6? And which one's 3? I'm gonna get confused. I know I want to play 6. I really want to play 6. But I forget what it was in the West. Whenever I'm confusion. I remember hearing the final boss in Persona 3 usually takes 30 minutes. Oof. Then I just gave up and overleveled and immediately steamrolled because I was done. Oof. I mean, whenever I play games, generally whenever I do like a JRPG type thing, I will get to, okay, it's final boss time. Time to get to level 99 before I do the boss, just in case. Like, that's what I did with Earthbound. That's what I did with Bravely. I was totally leveled for Bravely and for Earthbound. Those are the first ones that come to mind. You have to grind to level 99 from about 45 and go through a 10-floor mini dungeon to get the weapons you need. Oof. Yes, Yzmat. That's his name. Yes. Yes, Josh Scorcher talked about Yzmat from Final Fantasy, is it 12? Which can take 2 hours, and you can accidentally heal it to max HP if you're not careful. Oh my god. It's literal in this case. With Final Fantasy 3, you actually have to be level 99 to win. So is 3 like actual 3, or is 3 like America 3? And it... Okay, now it's gonna drive me crazy. Oh, if you want true pain, try and do the boss gauntlet for Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. And it gives you both a time limit and move limit and limited items. Oh my gosh. The actual 3, not the American 3. Okay, I was gonna say, wasn't sure about that one. Maybe not time limit, but it was still pain. Oof. Rotation. Naturally, we want the club to contact the ball when it's going the fastest, which in our case is 10 rotations in 1 second. That means we somehow need to sneak the ball into the path of the driver in less than 1/10 of a second, or 1/4 of an eye blink. To accomplish this, we have a pneumatic cylinder here that hinges up the tee. It knows when to fire because on the back of the shaft there's a light sensor, and this disc has a slit which allows the light to pass through once per rotation.
Oh wait, how is this gonna fail?
So we send that info to an Arduino over here that counts for us, and then after 15 rotations, it tells the cylinder the precise moment to fire using a solenoid.
Okay.
And then we superglue the ball to the tee because it provides the Goldilocks amount of force to first secure and then release the ball. Plus, the superglue looks super dope in slow-mo.
You need to superglue it and it still breaks off. Wolf.
So now with everything in place, we started with 2 E-motors, which as a reminder is the same setup.
I remember being max level and having all best armor and clothing, and only finished the boss rush with like 2 moves left. Oof. Okay, so who wants to place the ball? Any volunteers? Oof. Well, you can super glue it, so it's fine. Just don't get too much super glue on your hands, because then it gets all like stuck and it hurts. In terms of like level grinding, I think the most annoying I've had to deal with is Octopath Traveler. I think they do a better job with it in 2. Slave obeys, oof. But with Octopath 1, there is so much grinding. And it's annoying because there's 8 characters. And you have to do everyone's story. So you go and level up so many people. And then you go and level up so many people again. And you have to just keep on doing it over and over again. If they were synced, it wouldn't be as painful, like a Chrono Trigger type situation. But no. You have to individually level each of them. And it just drives me crazy. Would you kindly place the ball, Baka? Because, oh my gosh.
The club head off.
3, 2, 1, roll.
Imagine Warlock, Hell Knight, and Archdemon in one stack. And I think that makes it only 2 heroes.
Why mobile ad? Why mobile ad? Almost sound like Rich Evans there for a second. Uh-oh.
No way! No way!
I don't think that's gonna happen though, because we still have a few more failures, right? Whoa! Happy Thursday, my fellow Frat Rats. Happy Thursday to you too, Spoon.
Dude, this is respectable.
Have you ever heard of a fan game called Philly Fantasy 6? No, I have not. I've heard of the fighting game, but I didn't know about the RPG. I know the fighting game has like amazing music. I think that one got like copyright struck or something though. But their music was amazing for that one. Rusty, would you kindly put on that mask, tie me down, and stomp on me? What are you talking about? What are you guys doing?
This is legit.
After reviewing more of the high-speed footage, we noticed something interesting.
The sound effect there is like doing, doing, doing.
This was an interesting technical observation from Destin, and that T flexibility was causing us to hit some bad shots like this.
Okay, so that's
the
the
obvious
issue.
fix is just to make the T more rigid so that it doesn't over-rotate when it pops up. But there's a problem with this. There's a saying that force follows stiffness, and for us, a really stiff T would transfer a bunch of force and destroy our nice 3D printed pop-up mechanism.
Makes sense,
imagine
okay.
this crumpled up piece of paper as the T, which is obviously way less stiff. Our flexible rubber T was great.
That
because it
escalated
acted
quickly?
like this
Yeah,
piece of
I know,
paper.
right?
No matter how hard you hit it, the force doesn't get translated down and damage our hardware. So Ken had the brilliant idea of just tying a string to the T and staking it into the ground. This stopped the over-rotation, but everything was still just as flexible.
When the string pulls tight, does it
I'm
make
used
the ball
to-
fly off 'cause it
I'm
doesn't
used to
doink
being
enough?
the out-of-pocket rat guys. Huh? Or I'm supposed to be the out-of-pocket rat guy, yeah?
Only way to test is a doing test. Ah, beautiful.
Doink
There
test?
was some doink
Wait,
test.
that's what
I
we're
just thought
calling
this
it?
was a really simple, clever idea that solved both problems at once, and as you can see, it worked perfectly.
Interesting. Whoop. Look at it go. Whee!
Now we're ready to try a dual F motor. So these deliver about twice as much force to the club as the E motors that made the head
I'm a
snap
master
off.
of deception.
And
I
this
pronounce
provided our
kindly
final
wrong.
and certainly most poignant
What?
learning opportunity.
1, go!
What? I just slammed my finger on the fridge door trying to get some eggs. I screamed really loudly, and being in a hotel room, my door got knocked, and they asked if I was okay. Oh boy. Oh, you okay, bro? Was that bad? Was it the staff, or was it just like a neighbor checking on you?
Go! Where's the
Oh, there's
club?
another fail? Oh, wait, the stick's gone! It's gone! Oh my god.
Where's the club?
Whoopsies. Whoopsie daisies. Where's it gonna land? Are you guys good? Oh, there it is. Wow. Oof. Glad no one got hurt.
Is the tree on
That
fire?
must have a lot of force behind it.
Wow. Like I'm laughing, but that could have been bad.
It could have been very bad. Why does this look more like Texas than California?
There we go. This thing was like suborbital, dude. So we have 3 U-bolts, and we only use 2.
Like, this looks a lot more
So I think we'll
Texas-y
just
than
max out
California.
those and just crank them way down. Now that we know this is a failure point. Now that we know this is a failure point, there's several failure points, and I hear you say, "Oh, we have a solution for that." This is the engineering design process.
Oof. Cats, lock in. You need to learn an instrument so that you have more motivation to not lose a finger. Oof. Neighbor. Oh, and there's a tiny gap between the handle of the bottom door and the freezer door handle. It got slammed there. My soul left my body expeditiously. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, tiny gap. Yeah. Oof.
It's rather fun.
Like I mentioned, the club
That
that
sounds
failed was
painful.
cut too short and therefore only attached using 2 U-bolts, which we thought would have been enough to support the 800-pound load from centrifugal force. We did notice the
That's a
rubber
lot of
handle was
newtons.
worn due to so many test fires, which probably initiated the stress concentration leading to the failure. So our fix was to cut the next club longer so we could use 3 U-bolts and really crank them down on a fresh rubber handle. And so with all
Okay.
6 of our learnings now in place, we tried the insane double F motors one more time.
Let's create a VV language. P is now T. Oh my gosh.
Whoa!
Holy shit.
Yeah, baby! Go!
Every month, this Airbnb pays me in semi-passive income. Now, here's the thing.
We're just gonna make like Rat Latin instead of Pig Latin.
That's how you play
Damn.
golf!
Honestly, cows do not give a shit. They really don't, a lot of the time. Like, my dude's family has some land, and they have some cows on it. And we go over there, and that's where we go, and we can, like, play with stuff like tannerite. But the cows do not give a shit half the time. It's kind of crazy. We gotta... hit ourselves against the competition.
Best one yet, dude. Like the rush you get from like an engineering achievement actually working is like seriously, dude. Oh.
Fair, fair.
Oh, look at the flame.
Especially when it takes a while to work on a project. Honestly, just having something succeed in general after working forever on it. It can just be like a drawing, and it's like, yes, I finally got the freaking hands right.
So we never found these long balls to measure the exact distance, but I can drive a ball 280 yards, and these were well beyond that. I mean, just look at this trajectory.
Or they can never
straight
find the
to outer
balls?
space. Now that we got all the shots we needed, it was time to have some real fun.
Okay. Okay. Can you put that in the Discord so I don't forget? Because I do want to legitimately find that. I do keep on meaning to find to play 6 regardless. So as soon as 6 comes on sale again, I'll probably get that on Steam, and then I'll try the Philly Fantasy because I've been wanting to try that one for a while. and I didn't know that they had that fan game, and that sounds very interesting.
We started with a handheld version that was powered by a single C motor, because anything more than that would just be way too unsafe for me to hold.
I think I have heard of that one. Because I think my dude has played a little bit of Hearts of Iron. I know that someone in like our old D&D group was like obsessed with it. So I think he played a little bit less afterwards because he thought that dude was kind of cringe. But I do think I remember that there's an MLP mod, because of course there is. Because why wouldn't there be? Whoa. Holy shit.
Nice!
It's a decent mod. Nice.
Man. It really did, like, make it so much easier to swing. I'm not even kidding. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have freaking rockets on it.
3, 2, and then some glass, just because.
Wait, did he just throw his phone?
Yeah!
Glass is funny because of how it shatters. And now we have to do that safety feature-wise for cars, so that we can escape. But it's interesting.
And then keeping with the tradition of my channel, some watermelon.
Oof. Boy. I wonder what this would do to a ballistic. I mean, it's just a watermelon. I know they can be kind of hard, but it's still a watermelon.
Thanks for cutting open a watermelon with a rocket-powered golf club, Mark.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's all of this. The past 3 months of work in engineering was just to
Boils down to this moment.
Just to enjoy this watermelon.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Mark's like trying to make stuff look good. We're not wasting food though.
We waste no part of the engineering effort, like the great Indians with the buffalo. So Dustin made a video on his channel about why some balls bounce high and others don't. And my first thought was, well, that's easy. It just has to do with how compressible or rubbery it is. Yet this billiard ball is pretty much completely solid. And this bouncy
why are we
ball
talking
is
about
pretty
bouncing
rubbery,
now?
and yet they bounce to pretty much the same height. So it's something else. As you can imagine, this is a pretty important piece of information for golf ball makers. So there's lots of amazing slow-mo footage of golf balls being squished in ways that hurt your brain, plus way more footage from today's shoot, so I will leave a link in the video description. And while you're there, make sure to check out some of his other videos and subscribe to his channel, because he's just a classy individual and a true professional in every sense of the word.
Are you rolling?
Yeah.
Nice.
How you swim?
Nice. Oof. Nerds. Is that a super nerf? Interesting. Corby's, I guess? The giant super soaker? Huh. Very interesting. Kitchen gun. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Baka. Okay, maybe I'll... Kitchen gun.
I have no money.
Kitchen gun. It seems like, okay, this seems like it's it.
This kitchen is so hard to clean. If only there was an easier way.
Hi, I'm Derek Bum. Say goodbye to daily stains and dirty surfaces with new Kitchen Gun.
This sink is filthy, but just 3 shots from Kitchen Gun, and it sparkles like new. Look at this from Kitchen Gun, and it's
holes. How often is this actually gonna work, though? This isn't practical. You're leaving exit holes.
Sparkles like new. Look how it cleans this greasy hob.
Goodbye,
freaking exit
Grubby
wound.
tiles.
I love you, Kitchen Gun.
Rusty taps. You can even
What?
use it on the washing up.
Oh God. Oh,
all clean again. New kitchen gun, now with laser sight and
Why
night
is she
vision
crying?
for after dark cleaning.
Oh my gosh. That was great. That was good. I also imagine that this is just how they think that Americans solve things in general, because they're British. I'm finding some holes in the solution. That's fair. That is fair, yeah. If you click on this video, then your recommendeds are like doomed for like days. If you actually have your history, if they let you keep your history. Because me and my dude were like one time, it's like, let's watch some game theory. Let's see what's happening nowadays. Because we haven't seen game theory since like it's been years. And then we watched it. And then we got recommended so many, and they also suck now. Ah, thank you. I will grab that. Let me do the I think Spoon. Was it Spoon who recommended this? Let me see. For the rap. Let's do the rap, and then I'll do the Philly fantasy over here. Okay. Let's see. Rap. I will not understand most of the jokes. Austin with the science, yeah.
What's up and welcome to...
I'm not gonna get like any of these references because I don't understand rap. But this was in the recommended, so I will be flabbergasted, and you will laugh at me for having no awareness. So let's go for it. And like all the things in response to Uncle, yeah, Uncle Adams awakened your love of rap because how could he not? He's amazing. And if you guys don't know who Uncle Adams is, we're watching I Am Stronger after this. If you guys, oh god, I'm already feeling pain. I long for 2016 when YouTubers could swear freely, free them my brain cells leave my body. To be fair, I don't know if I agree with either side, but my brain is dying. My brain is dying. I'm turning it up to the... Hip-hop isn't really its own culture. It's a blueprint for remixing elements of a culture into something new. Yes, I could see that. I think it's made 3 years ago. I was gonna say, this is like outdated slang. Because I remember like people making jokes about that in like high school. Wait, this is still outdated. Why is Willy Wonka doing it from the Soul commercial? Come with me and you'll see my great world of OSHA violations. Oh, Willy Wonka, like unironically though, pure evil. I do not like Willy Wonka as a character. He's interesting as like a chaotic neutral / evil. But I don't understand whenever they just try to like whimsy, just full out whimsy, and he's a good guy. You gotta have like a hint of malice. Wonka straight up tries to let Charlie and Uncle Joe die for trying a bottle of soda. Okay, so that's only in the movie. Because in the movie, Charlie doesn't do anything bad. Or in the book, Charlie doesn't do anything bad. But yes, he did want to kill them there. But with all the other kids, he was fine with them dying too. Because realistically, that would kill all of them. Like, being thrown into an incinerator, even if the incinerator wasn't on that day, it should have still killed you. And also, before she got thrown into the incinerator, when the squirrel was like knocking on her head, he was like, "Oh, I thought she was a good nut. You know what happens to the good nuts? They get cracked open." He wanted that squirrel to crack her freaking head open because he's psycho. He's a freaking psycho. I know that the kids were brats, but they're children. What the hell, dude? You're an adult. Get it together, Wonka. Yeah. That's one of my things that I get very heated about is hating on Willy Wonka because I'm weird. But yeah, fuck them kids is basically what Willy was saying, and basically I don't know how to feel about that one. Interesting. Okay, so is this a continuation? The hell am I watching? This was Spoon's suggestion. So blame Spoon, okay? I have no idea what's going on. I think this is a continuation. I don't know.
Clean, clean, clean. Man, you capping. Ooh, clean, 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 clean. Oh, you capping. Drip, splash, water, drip, splash, splash, drip, water, splash, splash, drip, water. No.
What is happening right now?
Clean, clean, clean.
There's no story. No soul, just nonsense. For the music or SNL? Because I could see either. Because SNL is also that now. So it's both. It's both the rap and the new SNL. I'd rather be a product of the Habsburg than anyone on that set. Oof. Oof. Let's do Philly Fantasy. If you guys have like a good suggestion for like classic SNL, maybe we can do that as a palate cleanser too. Let's see. So this is the fan game. Okay, so we're talking about the Crystal War with the changelings type. Wait, no. Changelings is a different one. But it was also in the Crystal Kingdom, but that was different. There's Sombra. Okay. Sombra. Okay, I got it. Okay. Oh, look. This little pixel art Discord. That's cute. I feel like once I actually play the game, I'll understand a lot more references. Oh, so he's gonna be Kafka? I guess that makes sense, actually. I guess it makes sense for him to be Kafka. Of course you're right, Trixie. That's great. Oh, is this the Medusa one? Yeah, Maniac, right. That was from, like, the Elseworlds superhero thing, if I remember correctly. But punching and spanking is what real rap and hip-hop fans want to do to Uncle? No, Uncle's great! We're gonna watch Uncle after this, okay? Okay, so we got... Yeah, I was gonna say, it's Cadence, right? Wait, why is Flash Sentry here? Everyone hates Flash. That's interesting. Okay, so Celestia does healing? Interesting. Let's go. No! Wait, why is it like the Gen, what is this? The Gen, oh shit. 2? 3? I think this looks like 3 a little bit. Maybe 1. Gen 1, okay, Gen 1. Yeah, that's what they're going for? That's fair. Oh, we got the Nightmare thing. Oh, you can play as Mod? Oh, nice. What the? Pudding head, interesting. Wait, was the pudding head? Was that like the weird one in the Christmas like one where they were like arguing and almost dying? Gen 1 plays a prominent role in the ROM hack. Interesting. Like I know that Gen 1 was like a huge inspiration for Lauren Faust in terms of like how she played with them and like her own stories and stuff. And a lot of them are based on a lot of the main 6 is based on designs from there, but just kind of messed around a bit. So that could be interesting. Okay, so yeah, Discord's our crazy clown man, which makes sense. Wait, does he also turn into the Virgin Mary? Do we have to worry about that? Because I know that happens. Oh, it's like Twilight in one of the... Oh my gosh, that's great. Weirdly enough, I do have another pony thing lined up. It's not like necessarily because bronies cringe, because again, I have experience in that area, but there are some bronies who are cringe, and these are definitely some of those. But let me do I Am Stronger first, so that you can see that no, this is the superior hip hop. This is better than any other rap I have heard. This is my favorite rap of all time.
And we're back in third quarter planning. Adam,
I am cringe, but I am free.
Project and
my dude just got a patch to put on his plates that he wears to the range, and it has Pippa on it. It has Pippa on it, and it says I am cringe, but I am free. And he put that patch on his plate carrier. Wait, he made this video? He's the one who made it. No. Wait, BB, what is it, cats? Why are we waiting? Peppa Pig? Oh! Oh! I don't think he was actually an Unk fan, but that would be amazing if he was an Unk fan. Yeah, we were trying to find it. I think Spoon said it's like a different music group, but it would be hilarious if it was for this. Rusty, why are you bringing up Peppa Pig? Okay, if you're wearing that jacket, I understand why you're getting bullied. It might be, honestly. We got some proof here, yeah. You're allowed to wear hats in school? I was never.
Parents really need to listen in. Maybe you should give your kid a little discipline instead of letting him act so inconsiderate. You say you're not the problem, the school system is. Well, picture this, yeah, sick as it is. There's a whole lot of kids.
Why ain't everyone wearing a hat?
Searching up and down the halls for a Ritalin fix. Not knowing how
we were never allowed to do that, even with free dress days.
From another troubled mom, crying on the phone, saying that her son sobs, asking himself what he did to deserve this. Just because he
of course it's better than Happy. Happy's one of my least favorite songs.
He acts, or the crazy fact that his dad passed away last May from a heart attack. He already feels alone and confused, and to top it off, he goes to school and gets abused. I am smarter, I am stronger, I will take it no longer.
I have feelings, I'm a person, and I will live life with purpose. Smarter, I am stronger, I will live no longer. It's been a while since I will live life with purpose.
There was a girl who wore a lot of makeup. Every weekend her parents used to break up. Strange people coming through the house that would take stuff. She felt ashamed every day from the waist up. She covered up with cover up and tried hide, and sat alone every single day at lunchtime. Then came the rumors, whispers and gossip. She was too bothered to focus on topics. Grades started dropping, running out of options.
Pippa Pipkin from Pippa Pipkin was on his plate carrier thing. She's a VTuber. She's a VTuber with the company Phase Connect, and she tends to have a little bit of more unhinged bits, and that's why she's entertaining. I listen to, of like the VTubers that I watch her and Kirsha. Those are really the only ones that I watch, which might be why I'm a little bit unhinged myself. And the band was Boys Noise Records and had the BNR on top, which we were hoping was black nationalism. I was hoping it was not, okay?
Said she was better off in a coffin. She started to believe thoughts evil as these, struggling for a reason to breathe. One night, someone put a picture on Facebook of a cow. It said, "This is how she looks." She read it with the tears streaming down her cheek. Then she went to sleep permanently. She drank bleach. I am stronger. I will take it no longer.
I have feelings. I'm a person. I will live life with purpose. Smarter. I am stronger. I will take it no longer. I have feelings. I'm a person. I will live life with purpose. But yeah, it might sound cringe, but I guess technically Pippa and Kirsha are my Oshis. I might have screenshotted that one time that Kirsha actually liked something that I wrote on one of her posts. I'm not creepy.
I hope you take the words that I wrote in this song and use them as the strength that you hold in your palm. When you see a fellow classmate treated in a bad way, stand up for him and support him like a back brace. No sad face, opposite emoticon. I know it's tough, but you gotta keep holding on. You feel like you wanna burst like a soda pop. He wasn't raised right, he doesn't know stop. Part of growing up is treating folks with respect. It's not a talent to speak with a vile dialect. I'm not saying I'm perfect, there's things I regret, but I can do good with all the time I've left. I speak the truth, and I believe in you. If you're not willing to change, get up and leave the room. I gave you a chance, take your evil demons too. But as you walk away, this is what we say to you. I am smart, I am strong,
We'll take it no longer. I have feelings, I'm a person with what? With purpose. Smart, I am strong, I will take it no longer. I have feelings, I'm a person with what? With purpose. I still love drank bleach. That's my favorite line. Is that she drank bleach. It's like a literal line, and that's great. Wait a minute, this is just Youth of the Nation, but worse? What is Youth of the Nation? Do I need to look that up too? I'm a huge POD.
Here's to us.
POD fan? Does that have to do with the Youth of the Nation thing? Yeah, there's his other song that he got bullied for. God's mic check is better than this? I like Uncle Adam's ironically to some degree, so I guess that's... You know, actually, do I have this? There, I don't have it on my songs. There. It's my songs. If you guys want to judge my music taste, I have a playlist. Oh yeah, did you guys want to see the cringe bronies? Okay. A pod Youth of the Nation. Because you see, Rusty and me and Countess, we're the cool bronies. If you want to see cringe bronies, I'll show you that next. Youth of the Nation. Okay. Go to YouTube, please. Thank you. So far, so good.
Last day of the rest of my life, I wish I would've known, cause I didn't kiss my mama goodbye. I didn't tell her that I loved her, how much I cared. I thank my pops for all the talks and all the wisdom he shared. Unaware, I just did what I always do. Every day the same routine before I skate off to school. But who knew that this day wasn't like the rest? Instead of taking the test, I took 2 to the chest. Call me blind, but I didn't see it coming.
Wait, what?
Everybody was running, but I couldn't hear nothing except gun blast. It happened so fast, I didn't really know this kid, though I survived in class. Maybe this kid was reaching out for love, or maybe for a moment he
This is your favorite band in high school?
or maybe this kid just wanted to be hugged. Whatever it was, I know it's because we are the youth of the nation. We are youth of the nation.
Was there just a school shooter in this song? Did I understand that correctly?
Little Susie, she was only 12. She was given the world with every chance to excel. Hang with the boys and hear the stories they tell. She might act kind of proud, but no respect for herself. She finds love in all the wrong places. The same situations, just different faces. Changed up her pace since her daddy left her. Too bad he never told her she deserved much better. Johnny boy always played the fool. He broke all the rules so you would think he was cool. He was never really one of the guys. No matter how hard he tried, up the thought of suicide. It's kind of hard when you ain't got no friends. He put his life to an end, they might remember him then. You cross the line and there's no turning back. Told the world how he felt with the sound of a gat.
This is storytelling. Exposing your soul and not baseless words smashed together? Yeah, that's fair. Because there's a lot of words in I'm Stronger that are questionable, like factories. I really like this instrumental bit. What was that?
To blame for the life, the tragedies claim. No matter what you say, it don't take away the pain that I feel inside.
Yeah,
I'm tired of all the lies, don't nobody know why. It's the blind leading the blind. Guess that's the way that the story goes. Will it ever make sense? Somebody's gotta know. There's gotta be more to life than this. There's gotta be more to everything I thought exists.
Yeah. On that. Is it a chorus? I don't know what to call it, like a choir. But I like that touch. Building. It's building. Interesting. That just snuck up on me. Oh my god. It's like a murder of crows. This is a much more serious talking about the issues of the
we
youth.
like to do the opposite of what big wireless
Oh,
does.
no.
They charge you a lot.
Goodbye, Deadpool. Like, actually on 9/11? Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate timing. Oof. Oof. But yeah, no, this is definitely a more earnest take on, like, the issues of the youth, as opposed to, like, I'm trying to appeal to schools to do this anti-bullying message because it was hot at the time, like 11 years ago. In 2013, it was hot to talk about anti-bullying stuff. So that's probably why Unc did it. And the Family Christian bookstore I pre-ordered it from was where I found it. Oh my gosh. On 9/11. Oh my gosh, that's great. I don't know if the song will make it in the VOD. I don't know. We might lose it. But we'll see. Gonna move up to the I haven't checked this one. This one might be a mess. But in terms of this is what the bad bronies do. We've got the weird world of hypnoponies. So I thought this would be interesting. Thought this would be very interesting.
Known for being tame. When I was 11, I joined the MLP fandom, you know, the brony fandom.
Oh, she was also a
and stayed
brony.
there
Okay.
for a couple years. During my time in that community, I somehow stumbled across a very small
There you go. Not talking about the jar people,
Fandom
luckily.
culture is not known for being tame. When I was 11, I joined the MLP fandom,
Let me
you know,
know if the
brony
volume's weird on
fandom,
this
and
one.
stayed there for a couple years. During my time in that community, I somehow stumbled across a very small sub-community called Hypnoponies, a community
Wait,
that
this
had
has
its
been
own
around that long?
dedicated forum, dedicated
You know what? Of course
to
it
the
has. It's the
idea
internet.
of hypnotizing yourself to become a pony to solve all of your life's problems. Their site slogan was finding ourselves by becoming others. Like,
Do I make the jokes? Do I make the politically incorrect jokes? Do I say what probably a lot of us are thinking? Or do I leave it up to your imagination of what I'm thinking? What do I do, chat? What do I do? Oh no, yeah. Oh no for the hypnoponies, or oh no, I'm about to get myself canceled if I actually complete that joke.
to me, that does not sound good. They wanted to hypnotize themselves to not only
Given.
physically
Say the thing that we're all just make all the jokes. Make all the jokes about the porn sick people who think that if you just say that you're something else, that you'll be happy, and it never makes you happy, it makes you more miserable. Do we talk about that? I don't know if we should talk about that, guys.
feel like a pony, like
I'm gonna keep
like
it
a
vague.
horn or wings or hooves or something. Don't know why I did that. I should delete my channel.
You know why you did that. If you're a true, if you watched Equestria Girls, that's why you did that. If not, I guess you subconsciously did it. Because that happens in Equestria Girls. Whenever Twilight comes into the human world, she does that with her hands because she's used to them being hooves.
They also hypnotize themselves to take on the main personality traits of these characters. You know, there's the 6 main characters
I don't think
called
that's how
the
that
main
works.
6. There's Twilight Sparkle, she's the studious one. Rainbow Dash is a bit of the athletic risk taker. And Pinkie Pie is, we don't talk about Pinkie Pie.
Why not? Why do we not talk about Pinkie Pie? She's one of the best ones. I like her and Fluttershy for very different reasons. But those are my favorites, and they're voiced by the same person, who also voices X-23 in X-Men Evolution, the first time when X-23 ever appeared in anything. And then she appeared in a mature-rated comic as a child prostitute. It's a whole thing. The Bronies get the reference? Yeah.
And Pinkie Pie is, we don't talk about Pinkie Pie.
Oh!
The idea was to override.
I like that episode. Too Many Pinkie Pies was great, okay?
Who you were to become a literal
That's one of my favorites.
fictional horse.
All you have to do is speak one little phrase.
What?
I'm a smart pony. You will feel every...
That's all you have to say? I was not expecting that. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's so anticlimactic. That it's just, I'm a smart pony, that's all you have to say, then you become freaking Twilight Sparkle, the Princess of Friendship. What the hell?
Change I described here return to the surface, changing you back into the smart little pony from the person you were.
The forums had thousands of members, and the people in this community...
Thousands of people were doing this?
...would sort of cross-post and talk about their experiences on other My Little Pony related
Talk about HOT here. Enter talk about HOT here.
Forums. I have to come clean, you guys. While I was 11, I was also a really dumb 11-year-old, okay? Intelligence...
I don't feel any different. I've been lied to. You have to do it consistently. You have to keep on doing it over and over again. Even if your brain's telling you it's wrong, you have to keep saying, I'm a smart pony, and listen to their channel version consistently to actually do it.
Abandoned me. So when I found this group at the age of 11, I listened to their...
Wait, what?
While I was 11, I was also a really dumb 11-year-old, okay? Intelligence abandoned me. So when I found this group at the age of 11, I listened to their hypnosis files. I was
Who did you want to be?
That bright, okay?
Who?
I wasn't. So...
Which one?
In this video, we're gonna look at what this community was like and just really get to the bottom of what was going on here, you know, what transpired in these spaces. So the website has been greatly reformed and most of what was posted was lost, but thanks to the Wayback Machine, we can still access the old site. There's their slogan at the top. Tips, guides, references, and dictionaries, all for how to hypnotize yourself to be a pony. Now, the way that this site worked is it was structured around providing files for people to hypnotize themselves and then talk about their experience with the other people in the forum. So you have a section for pretty much every character. Here it says, Rainbow Dash. For the Rainbow Dash in those who are Rainbow Dash.
Wait, I'm going back for a second. Can I read more of that?
Site worked is it was structured around providing files for people to hypnotize themselves and then talk about their experience with the other people in the forum. So you have a section.
Okay. I need to see more of it. It's not like you're content blocking me here. Okay, for the smart ponies, Twilight Sparkle. Discuss anything here. Books, science, the definition of life. Rainbow Dash. For the Rainbow Dash and those who are Rainbow Dash, discuss your latest trip. Fluttershy, just wait. This forum is going to be filled with cat pictures and oh, look at that cute. I don't know if that's... I guess it's fair. Rarity, that's right. A forum for you rarities to generously post your latest dress designs. Pinkie Pie. Breaking the fourth wall, not very challenging for pink ponies like those who... I can't read the rest. Applejack, don't we all get a break sometimes? Well, you other ponies can rest up here. I wonder who the most popular ones were. And
for pretty much
the
every
least
character.
popular.
Here it says Rainbow Dash. For the Rainbow Dash in those who are Rainbow Dash. What is this?
Oh, discuss
So
your
here's a
latest
tab
trip to
where
the
you can
gym.
see
Okay.
all of the journals people were posting. From Slowpoke to Speedster, a journey to awesomeness. From Earth to Equestria, becoming the new me. Now,
Oh, God.
unfortunately, none of these journals appear to have been archived since the site has been wiped out. The current website for Hypnoponies is pretty much just the files. One thing I do distinctly remember about reading all of these journals is that a lot of these people were in university. I know if you see a community like this, you might think it's just a bunch of other gullible 11-year-olds, but
No, they're in
surprisingly,
college.
no, the
Oh my
age
gosh.
of this community
Probably Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy were the most popular. Yeah, generally Fluttershy won a lot of the popularity polls. So imagine that. But then again, maybe they don't want to be Fluttershy anymore because they don't want to be shy anymore and have to go through the same episode like 3 times to learn the same lesson. Maybe they want to be someone else. Let's see.
actually did skew upwards. So let's take a look at some guides that were posted back in the day.
Wait, what did it say? Work sucks lately. I could use a break from there. 2 weeks couldn't come fast enough. I second the notion and starting to second the feeling. Gonna have to seriously reconsider my university preferences. Why would that be?
Community actually did skew upwards. So let's take a look at some guides that were posted back in the day telling you how to get started on this journey. Pony Hypnosis 101, a beginner's guide. And they've posted a rundown of what hypnosis is, what meditation is, visualization, trances, etc. And here's an interesting segment. How long will these files have effect on me? Depending on how long you've been listening to the files, how much you have been triggering or doing self-hypnosis or meditation outside of the sessions with the files, and your suggestibility you are. The long-term effects of the files can last from a couple of minutes to a lifetime. It also highly depends on the counter-suggestions one receives through life. That undo the suggestions given by the files. A jet fighter pilot will have a
Would like being misgendered like break your hypnosis or something? You're not a pony. You are a college man. Does that break it?
longer time to lose the effects of the Rainbow Dash file than a person that works as a librarian, and vice versa if we are talking about the Twilight Sparkle files. Okay, so I'm not bringing up the improper grammar to say, haha, stupid person can't word things right. You know, some people have a hard time typing, there's language barriers, there's a whole bunch of things that could be going on here.
They know
but
it's,
I will say,
remember, they have successfully done this. They're writing with their hooves now. They lost the ability to use their fingers correctly. That's why they're making so many mistakes.
Though these errors, right, do say that this was not exactly peer-reviewed. This is just a person yapping. Yeah. This did not go through multiple eyes before this person posted this. Like, I'm not exactly sure where they're getting the idea that certain people will have a longer time to lose effects of a certain file. I mean, it's not like you tested this. Did you do a controlled study? Probably not. You should have some credibility. If you're basically trying to prescribe hypnosis to fix someone's life problems. What are the goals and purpose of pony hypnosis? The goal of pony hypnosis is the exploration and discovery of our true self by exploring its
The metamorphosis is complete? Oh.
Equivalent through the aid of hypnosis, meditation, and friendship. By exploring the archetype of various ponies, the similarities and differences with ourselves, we hope to learn more about ourselves with the goal of improving and self-discovery. Is this safe? Pony hypnosis is perfectly safe if you take great care in selecting the correct pony and do not make any decisions on starting the—
Don't worry, guys. Safe and reversible. Safe and reversible pony hypnosis. Don't worry about it, guys.
This path impulsively. So let's take a look at their Picking a Pony guide. Unfortunately, the guide has absolutely been butchered in the formatting. I think it's due to the Wayback Machine because I'm pretty sure I remember this looked a lot more polished, but let's take a look. Generally, there are various reasons ponies have for selecting their pony. By ponies, they mean you, like people. Yeah. And then pony, they mean, you know, a pony. It's confusing, which I will outline below, as they may help give a general idea what to look for in your selection. Out of the selection below, only the first two are reasonable paths to take. The other three are mainly mentioned to steer ponies in the right direction again. Question, how does this person know what the reasonable paths are to take when clearly this entire site, this entire premise is not reasonable. It's just a bunch of pseudoscience garbage that's founded on absolutely nothing. I'm not following. For example, I idolize Twilight Sparkle because we share a love for science and our social awkwardness. Clearly not that much of a love for science, right? I want to become more reason. An alternative way to pick a pony is not to look at the things you have in common, but the things you want to have in common. Often out of admiration, but also recognition of personal flaws to work on. A shy pony may, for example, select Rainbow Dash for her assertiveness, and a pony with temper issues may pick Fluttershy.
But Fluttershy has temper issues, or they gave it to her in like 2 episodes, at least 1 episode.
Self-improvement is a very positive use of the files. Great, you're recognizing your personal flaws, you want to embrace self-improvement. So I do have a question then. Why do the hypnosis files contain negative traits to give the listener? See, when I was researching for this video, I completely forgot until I came across a YouTube comment of somebody listening to one of the files being posted on YouTube 11 years ago.
Wait.
A YouTube comment of somebody listening to one of the files being posted on
Why is Digibro here? He's scary enough as he is. Why is he here? I think there's a tornado warning right now, lol. Holy shit. Oh yeah, you're in Oklahoma, right? Oof. The true experience. The true experience of Oklahoma. Tornadoes. Lots of rain and lots of wind. Oof. Be careful. Know where to go if you actually do have a tornado. Be prepared for emergency, just in case. Just in case.
On YouTube 11 years ago, where they quoted something that was said in the file. In the Twilight Sparkle file, where you're supposed to be really studious, intelligent, you like books, a quote in it is,
"Overly ambitious, you tend to let small things get the best of you, especially since you pay great attention to detail."
Strong attention to detail, not that bad. But letting small things get the best of you, that's not positive. It speaks of emotional imbalance. Negative traits were in pretty much every single file.
But a pretty funny
They didn't
episode.
necessarily say, here is a negative trait you will have, but they were written in a way where you were going to take on those negative traits if you believe this even works. And because of placebo effect, these files did work for many people.
Oh, really?
To feel validated, to always be the best, even if it drives you to the brink of insanity.
And in the Fluttershy,
why did you put that in? Oh my gosh. Don't play around even with just warnings. Yeah, be safe. Yeah, no, definitely be safe, cats.
File, it says you have a meek voice and really puts that emphasis on you being very shy.
And your voice becomes a softer, barely audible and meek one.
Who's doing these narrations? At the time, I don't think the AI was as good. Did they just have like a British man doing this? What's going on?
Perfectly fitting voice for a pony as shy as you.
I know I have a YouTube channel, but I'm pretty shy in real life. There's nothing wrong with it, but it probably doesn't help you to focus on trying to become shy in life. It's easier to experience isolation and it's harder to put yourself out there. So let's take a look at the current website and see what files are up there. Looks like a cute little site and not like something that's trying to override your entire personality to think you're a pastel.
Hello, Dan. How you doing?
Horse. Rainbow Dash, yada yada yada. Okay, it just says who Rainbow Dash is. And then you have all these file downloads on the side. There's
okay, these audio files are actually horror movie levels creepy? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Which pony wants to become a cybernetic flying pony? Asking for a friend. Who would be the best pony to become a drone? For someone who is totally not obsessed with drones. I'm trying to think. In terms of like wacky science stuff, like the most we got was that one Doctor Who one. Doctor Who's. Oh yeah, from Friendship is Witchcraft. That's true. She was a robot and Friendship is Witchcraft. So maybe Sweetie Belle. Or Sweetie Bot, if you want to call her that. So does she fly in that one? I don't remember if she can fly. Because she's a unicorn. Even if she's a robot. She's a robot unicorn. At some point I'm gonna have to show you guys Friendship is a Witchcraft, and you guys will just be like, why did you watch this as a child? Totally not obsessed. I mean, my friend isn't. I know you're talking about a friend who really likes drones. I'll have to show you guys Friendship is Witchcraft, and you guys will be very concerned that I was watching this as a child.
There's different narrators, and you can see that there's about 4 for each version.
Also, it's really funny because I think one of the voice actresses became a bread tuber when they're making these really raunchy jokes, so it's kind of funny.
All these file downloads on the side. There's different narrators, and you can see that there's about 4 for each version. Some say induction with background music, loopable.
Wait, do you not? Yeah, they're a unicorn. Okay, so there's Earth ponies who don't have like anything else. They're just normal ponies. They're pastel and have cutie marks, but they're still normal ponies. Then there are unicorns who have a unicorn horn, and they can do magic. And then there are Pegasuses who have wings and they can fly. And then there's alicorns who both have a unicorn horn and wings, and they're princesses. I want to become immortal so I can see the death of the universe. Okay, let's see. There's a few different options there. It depends on which supervillain you want. You can be a goat man. I think he might fall into that. Random thought of the day. I don't know about Somber. I think they somewhat tried to make him chill in some versions. I don't know who would be the best for that, actually. But there's quite a few villains that would probably fit in with that. When you're... Yes, exactly! I love the music from it! I love the Gypsy Pinkie Pie stuff. The Gypsy Pinkie Pie stuff is like the reason why I watched it. Also, the cover of Friday with the polka version of Friday is like the best version of Friday I've ever heard in my life. I've only seen the toys and never saw a unicorn one. The main character is a unicorn, though, until she becomes an alicorn. There's no way you haven't seen a unicorn. And let me... Keep going down the rabbit hole. Okay. Lord, please no porn. Please. I'm begging you. Protect me. Okay, main 6. See? Unicorns. Pegasus. Earth ponies. See? Unicorns. Unicorns can fly. Normal. But she has Deadpool stuff, so she's not normal. But yeah. See? Wings. Unicorn horns. Here's the weird human versions. That was a thing. Oh no! No! You. Ah! What did, why do I always... Wait. What did I do? Did I close the tab? Okay. The open close tab. What's close? Did I close the one that I needed? No. Okay, I didn't close it. Okay. I just can't read. It's fine.
And loopable with background music. Now, the induction files are the ones that are basically telling you you're getting deeper into a trance. As I count down from 10, you're feeling more and more relaxed. Those are the induction files. They have that lead in to the main pony part. The loopable ones are meant to be played overnight.
That's a thing? Why is that a thing? I think Deadpool just wins, though, right? A Pinkie Pie versus Deadpool death battle. That sounds insane. I'm pretty sure that Deadpool would win. Let's just be honest here. Because I don't think Pinkie can heal. I think she just gets smoked. I know she has, like, fourth wall breaking stuff. And, like, everyone likes using her in the creepypastas because of that time that she lost her mind, but still. Wait, do they use, like, cupcakes and stuff for it? Yeah, I've never seen it. The first time I watched Death Battle is through Dr. Malley, because he's been watching Death Battles, and it's like, oh, this is actually a very interesting series, but I've never actually watched it on my own.
On repeat, constantly, that are just full of the pony affirmations, like, you know, you feel your...
Okay, I'll check it out after this, I guess.
Fingers joining together into hooves.
Feel as your fingers and your toes slowly start to smooth together.
In addition to the personality trait descriptions.
You take pride in getting the grade, the praise of your mentors. Nothing else matters.
I want to know what the Pinkie one is. Does Pinkie Squirrel Girl win? Squirrel Girl is Squirrel Girl makes me sad. Because Squirrel Girl used to be a fun character. And then Ryan North happened. And Erica Henderson. And now every time I see her, I want to throw up. Because it's unfunny, and it's stupid. And I hate it. But original Squirrel Girl, when everyone just, like, underestimated her so she could, like, beat, like, crazy enemies, that's funny. But now, when you have an unfunny writer and a horrible artist on her, then it's just annoying. And I get very pissed off whenever I think about her now. Yeah, she's ruined. I'm with you. Yeah, yeah. Because she used to be a fun joke. And then now they ruin it. And it pisses me off.
And on each of these file tabs, we have important emotional kernel panic warning. Before even starting pony hypnosis, please really think over it all and be 100% sure you know what you're getting into. Hypnosis is not a toy, nor a game. We want ponies to enjoy these files, but we also want them to...
What about, if you want to see, like, a version of, like, how bad Squirrel Girl is, let me look up. Should probably just look up, Ryan North was the writer. This is a different artist than the actual. This is the art. This is the art that we had for this series. I need to find a good version. I couldn't, like, find on, maybe it's just Bing, but I couldn't, like, find, like, a great idea of, like, the horrible dialogue. But it's, yeah. It's just annoying, and then he thinks that he's so funny. So in, like, the margins of the end of the page, he puts more jokes because he's like, "Oh, I'm too funny. My page, this comic cannot contain my funniness. You need to go to the end of the page to see in this fine print my stupid jokes that suck." I hate him. And then I hate what Erica Henderson did art style wise. It looks like shit. It looks like absolute shit. Yes, no, everyone says that she looks like she has an extra chromosome. Yeah, they say that she looks like she has an extra chromosome in the art. Yeah, Oz art, she looks like she's on the spectrum. Yeah.
Be aware. All these warnings and disclaimers may be scary, but they're here for a few reasons. They're here to make you aware of what you're getting into. Also, to make sure you go about hypnosis in the safest way possible. And they say that
I really want to know what the Pinkie Pie ones sound like. So far, we've only gotten Fluttershy and Twilight, and those seem pretty... Like, the narrator's creepy, but they seem relatively tame. I want to know what the Pinkie one sounds like.
Emotional kernel panic happens if you listen to too many files at once. Like, you can't just...
And you are supposed to only think that she has a bit of the tism. Yeah. But no, she acts like so over the top. It's ridiculous.
Kernel panic happens if you listen to too many files.
Oh, also because it was like 2016, and it was very 2016. So of course, STEM is all the rage with the women. So she has to be a computer programmer. She has to be in STEM because empowering. Am I right? By the way, I was a female in STEM and I hated that shit. It pissed me off. It seemed dumb.
And they say that emotional kernel panic happens if you listen to too many files at once. Like, you can't just be listening to a Fluttershy file for 2 days, and then switch to a Rainbow Dash one for a week, and then switch to Applejack for 3 days, and then go to Twilight for 4 days, and then they say that if you keep doing that, it's going to lead to emotional kernel panic. Now, the way they describe emotional kernel panic is that it's an identity confusion state. It sounds like something that might be real, right? It's not a psychological term, though it looks like one.
Giving
it
yourself
looks pretty
bid
convincing.
or something?
When
What?
you look up emotional kernel panic, the only things that pop up are Hypnoponies related posts. This is absolutely ridiculous, but what I found out was kernel panic is a term related to an error your PC is having. So that's how chronically online this was. They took a PC error and slapped the word emotional onto it to make it sound human, and then started tossing this warning onto everything as if it was a genuine psychological term or honestly, like medical advisory. When this really just means person PC error. So they have a file here that's supposed to help you prevent emotional kernel panic and reset the effects of the files you listen.
So here's Derpy. Did they have Derpy files? What did the Derpy files sound like? I need to know what the Derpy files sounded like.
That's supposed to help you prevent emotional kernel panic and
Emotional Kernel Panic is my ska band name, my imaginary one. Nice,
reset the effects of the files you listen to. Generally, it should take a week or two, though depending on how different the two characters are, the strength of the achieved effects, and your suggestibility, shorter or longer times may be more fitting. Use at your own discretion. It's just wild that they have so many guarantees and so many promises and so many things they say are safe or unsafe. You know, this sort of air of professionalism when they have no idea what they're doing.
I mean, yeah.
Right? Like, none of this is founded
it's
on
pony
anything.
hypnosis.
There's some people on the MLP forums who talked about their experience using the files. You know, some said they didn't really feel anything. Others said they started walking on all fours and experienced something known as hoof lock. Hoof lock is a hypnopony's term where your hands, you can't feel your fingers anymore, and you can't move your fingers anymore, so it's locked into a fist.
What the hell?
This is hoof lock. Oh no, guys, I'm experiencing hoof lock. I can't hold the water.
I love
this. Now let's talk about my experience using hypnoponies at the age of 11. Okay?
Which one?
I was drawn to it because I was an 11-year-old who really liked escaping into TV shows and movies. And I had just experienced
based choices from what I see here.
Really liked.
I've seen a little bit of this online. This was cool from what I've seen. I watched a shit ton of this, and I really like this version. So, seems like you have good taste from what I'm seeing here.
Escaping into TV shows and movies. And I had just experienced a lot of bullying at one of the schools.
Oh my gosh. I got bit by a pony and got lock hoof?
I moved to. So I came from that experience and I hated who I was.
The opposite?
I felt rejected by my peers. So I wanted to escape and become something else. And at the time, I found My Little Pony. It was like a band-aid on my personal issues. So I started listening to them to try to escape into being a character that I really admired.
Yeah, Ben 10 and Old Teen Titans were great, for sure.
And I listened to the files, honestly, for a few months. I would listen to one for a week, and then I got bored, so I'd switch to another, and I'd listen to that one, then I'd get bored, and, you know, yada, 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 etc. I literally did.
They have werebats in the show, but they don't have wereponies. But they do have Fluttershy turn into a bat, and it's very cute.
Every single one of the 6. I would say long term, it has not affected me, but
what did Pinkie Pie
during
sound
my time listening to them,
what was it?
Of course
what
it
happened?
did. The research on hypnosis is very inconclusive, so I'm just.
Oh no! No! That's so mean. What if you spooked it? You don't need a no. Got bit by a pony and now I have a lot of glue. No. No.
Telling my personal experience, and it's that I don't know why it affected me like this. It may be placebo effect, but I really did adopt those personality traits in the days after listening to the files. My light just went out, who cares? And I wasn't grounded in reality at all. I feel like this entire video is like one of those things where it's like you would expect somebody would have.
Is this why Tumblr is like so disastrous to like the teenage mind? And now Twitter. Is this why people get in on like the fake disorders and stuff? And the trying to be cool, like jumping on the bandwagon of like disorders? Is this like a similar thing?
To interrogate me, to extract all of these confessions out of me. So I don't know why I'm putting it out there for thousands of people to see. Couldn't tell ya.
I don't discriminate. If I spooked you or you're aggressive, I'm gonna get some glue. Oof. This is why teens shouldn't be on the internet. That's fair. That's fair.
So what I'm about to say is going to be even more embarrassing, as if this entire confession hasn't been already embarrassing. In school, for math tests, I would try to listen to a Twilight Sparkle hypnosis before doing my tests at school. Or I would try to listen to my Rainbow Dash hypnosis if I knew I had a competitive swim meet coming up.
You know what? That's not like the worst thing. You're getting in the zone. It's not the worst. Oof. Also, I promise you ADHD is a real killer if you don't realize you have it. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised.
By saying all of this, why? Whatever.
This and 999,999,900.
Felt like
Very
it
long
was the
number
only
that
way
I
I
can't
could
read.
actually get things done. Whenever the effects of the file started fading, whenever I felt more of just who I am at my core start coming back in, I had to go listen to it in order to feel like I could cope.
What?
It's embarrassing to talk about what I did at age 11.
Well, that's
I feel
sad.
really vulnerable talking about this, but the main takeaway
You were
is
11 though,
listen
so
to
I'm
that
not gonna make fun of
experience,
you.
right? I'm not the only person who experienced that. You know, given the amount of people who were
I'd make fun of you if you were in college and doing it. That's different.
Talking about their logs and how they were frequently listening to the hypnosis. While the forums or whatnot may have said it's not bad for you, I personally don't think it was psychologically healthy.
Almost
At
a billion,
some point, they
basically,
renamed the site Equestrian Souls and had a new site slogan that
Oof.
said, "The path to Equestria." Why? This looks, it kind of sounds
God.
culty. So Hypnoponies was definitely an interesting community. You can kind of get a message from it about moderation and not taking things too far to the point where you're losing yourself in your favorite TV show. Or rather, it's losing itself in you? I don't know. But yeah, that's about all I have to say for this video. If you liked my content, feel free to leave a like or subscribe. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.
Cookie Run Tower of Adventures is officially available on
Well, that
both
was
mobile and
fascinating.
PC with Google Play Games.
That was absolutely fascinating. Does anyone else have any stories? My Little Mind Wash? How creepy the voices are? Yeah, it sounds like an ARG. Yeah. As someone who has entered a library, I can confirm I am Twilight Sparkle. Oof. Knowing you have ADHD lets you make some coping stuff or lets you get some pills that help immensely. Yeah, that's fair. Yes, live action does suck for things that should be animated. That should be obvious. I don't know why they keep on trying to do that. Okay, what should we do next, guys? What should we do next? Well, what are we doing next? I knew of a brony in middle school. Oh, if I knew a brony in middle school, I'd probably make fun of them, and they'd make fun of my poorly drawn superheroes on my textbook covers. Oh, yeah? Why not? You can be both, though. You can be both of those kids. I'm both those kids in one person. Yeah, people who make stuff up with the mental illnesses are hilarious to me. Yeah, I can see that. Especially if you have, like, real conditions and then they're like, "Oh, no, you see, I'm actually I'm super special because of this reason, and you gotta cater to me because of this reason." I don't know. We could also look up, like, people faking TikTok stuff. That could be fun. What do you guys wanna do? Or we could look at, does fat save you from bullets? It's one of the other things that I say. It's just you guys have a preference? Why not both on what? Which why not both? Because you can make fun of me for both the superheroes and the bronies. You can do both things with me, because I'm both those people. In one person. And now I'm a freaking anime girl, so there's so many reasons to make fun of me. TikTok mental disorders are fun? Yes, they are. Okay, let me see if I can find some. It's gotta be easy. It's gotta be easy to find some of these, right? Hopefully.
I have no money.
I have this up in case if people's like, "Oh, do you want like a new character model?" And it's like, "No, I have no money. Please stop asking me on Twitter. Please stop." Faking mental disorders compilation. Just look up a Cheeto and he probably has a bunch. Yeah. Maybe I'll just do a Cheeto. Because I think I watched him the other day for like a chick who was like at a school. Yeah, I had just seen this video. Mental disorders. Lanky box, Instagram. Maybe It's not a Cheeto, it's a different dude? Okay, well... okay, let me know. Let me know. Let me look up fake disorders again. See if I can find... Fake disorder cringe TikToks? Holy shit, how many compilations are there? Holy shit, there's a lot. There's a lot. Wow. In theory, we could also do we could go retro. Also. Only thing I remember about fake TikTok disorders was when people started copying Sweet Anita. Oh yeah, I almost was gonna react to a history of Anita Sarkeesian because I wanted to relive some of my rage from the old days. Who's Sweet Anita though? I should know. That sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know who that is. We could also go super old school, and we could look like at old videos of Medicare. Back when this is when I entered my edgy phase. Is right when I found this. If you guys are interested in seeing some classic Medicare. It's archived though, because I think all of his videos are gone because his channels always end up getting deleted. I think he ends up deleting them himself, just in case, but might do this one. Tourette's, okay. Ah! Fake Tourette's or real Tourette's? But yeah. We're gonna relive my edgy phase. If we were, because honestly, I think right after my pony phase was my edgy phase. So this is chronologically, it makes sense. It makes sense. I don't remember how edgy the jokes go though. But I'm gonna risk it. Let's go for it. Yeah, have some water too.
I've known I was a wolf since a really young age. Well, I have a big following because I usually go to the conventions and I meet a lot of people. And
were they adults?
I got accused of killing and beheading a dog. I did behead him. I didn't kill him. He was my friend. His name was Shadow.
Why did you behead a dog? I don't think there's any way you could make that sound normal, that you beheaded a dog. Tumblrisms, yes.
See, she didn't kill him. She just cut his head off, which is, I think, what most of...
The dude's name is Blaze. Okay. We've started this, but I'll go into the next one. Let me know how the volume is here.
Let's think of when we...
She has a long interview with someone, and it's really good. I am almost certain she has real Tourette's. Oh, okay.
Beheading a dog. I did behead him. I didn't kill him. He was my friend. His name was Shadow.
Well, you see, she didn't kill him. She just cut his head off, which is, I think, what most of us think of when we picture a wolf in our mind, capable of using sharp instruments in anger and beheading other animals which are challenging their dominance. Well,
that totally makes sense.
Non-stop raping that wolves are well known for. It's very, very problematic. I don't know if Tumblr can handle having wolves on their website.
Yes, exactly. That one. On all levels except physical, I am a wolf. That's what this is talking about.
Violent rapists are a danger to everyone, especially dogs, apparently in this case. Welcome one and all to the 6th installment of Tumblrisms. We're going to be taking a look at Otherkin as we journey through the land of insanity, otherwise known as Tumblr. There's no real way to get around this, but buckle up, because this is going to be one hell of a fucking episode. The sheer amount of insanity in this one particular group is off the fucking charts. And I've looked at some crazy shit before, but
if I remember correctly, I think he made a mistake here, because technically, an Otherkin is someone who thinks that they're like a fictional character. Meanwhile, a Therian believes that they are an animal. Regardless, it's crazy. But I think they're technically different.
Really takes the cake when it comes to batshit raving lunacy. So I think it's going to be fun. But, you know, we need to pin down what that definition is, because we're shitlords. You need to remember that. We are privileged shitlords, and we need to understand how these snowflakes think. We've got to get their terminology down, Because when you go into Tumblr and when you're looking at other kin, you're going to start to see all sorts of weird shit. And I think one of the first things, even before we go and look up the definition of other kin, we probably need to make a distinction between what is a furry and what is an other kin. Well, it just so happens that I've used my immense artistic skills, which I'm well known for, to put together this nice little infograph that I think will help to highlight the major difference between what a furry is and what an other kin is.
I'm scared.
A furry is a human pretending to be a wolf. An otherkin is a wolf pretending to be a human.
Okay, that's fair.
Let me see if I can clarify it a little bit more.
Okay,
a
this
furry
wasn't as scary as I
smells
thought it
like
would be.
death because they've been in that suit for 5 days at a convention, and the internal temperature in that motherfucker is equal to the same temperature your oven would be at if you wanted to cook a pizza. An otherkin drags their ass on the ground rather than using toilet paper. A furry will drink far too much alcohol and then nearly die of dehydration when they yiff themselves into a coma in the hotel room later that night. An otherkin will piss on their mother's azalea bushes so the other dogs in the neighborhood know who the fucking alpha male is. A furry will terrify children in a costume they've made that looks like something that's been birthed from a nightmare into the real world. An otherkin will growl at ground beef in the market because they think that's what hunting is. So now that we know that...
Oh my god. So unhinged. So unhinged. I'd rather not go into the mind of a Tumblr user. That's fair. Also, this is old, right? This was originally... Do they say when this originally came out? I don't think they do. But this was before, like, the Tumblr crackdown on porn. Because apparently that's what a bunch of people were using Tumblr for. So whenever they, like, cracked down on the not safe for work stuff, because I think someone else bought it, like, a bunch of them left. They just left. Because they wanted their porn. Now I think they went to Twitter instead.
critical difference between a furry and an otherkin. Let's pop on by valhallandbadger.tumblr.com to get a better idea of just what this otherkin community is really all about. So,
why does the badger live in a cave? I don't think badgers live in caves. Huh.
Just who is Valhalla Badger?
Yeah, they went to Twitter, yeah. There's a bit more to being a furry than that. No, I understand. He's doing like the meme furry. I understand that there's more to being a furry than that. It's more like you're fascinated with like anthropomorphic animal type shit. If I really want to go into what a furry is, I'll finally watch that down the rabbit hole video that's like, what is it, like 3 hours long? Talking about the history of the furry fandom.
Just what this otherkin community is really all about. So, just who is Valhalla Badger? Well, this is their About Me section. Hello, you can call me Elliot.
Freedom of speech? Yeah. Yeah. Wait, why are we talking about freedom of speech? Did I say something bad? Did he say something bad? What's going on?
I identify as androgyne, and my pronouns are Z...
Wait, you identify as what? That can't be how you read that. I don't know how you read that. Are you trying to say that you're androgynous? So would this be like modern wise, we just say like non-binary, I guess? It's one of those? Am I understanding this correctly?
You can call me Elliot. I identify as androgyne, and my pronouns are Z00.
Why is it always Elliot? It's always like Elliot or what was the Nashville one? Nashville was Aiden. Aiden's another very popular one.
And Zerself. I'm pansexual and panromantic. I'm a 20-year-old college student majoring in geology. I love to draw and sculpt.
Oh, that's why this. It's because geology, I guess. Huh. Okay. Have you seen Count Dankula lift off all the genders on Tumblr? No. Could you put that in the recommended videos? I will watch that next.
I'm a spiritual polytherian.
Because we're going through my edgy phase, so screw it. We're hunkering down on this. Screw it. We're going full into this.
College student majoring in geology. I love to draw and sculpt. I'm a spiritual polytherian, and my stereotypes are as follows: American Badger. Not one of those commie Russian motherfuckers. It's an American Badger.
Based?
I tend to feel this one most strongly, thus my URL. I also identify as a hurrah bat, and as a black-tailed jackrabbit. In addition, I identify as being cat-hearted, deer-hearted, and fiction-hearted, with Tharuku Tasaki From the book Colorless Teruku Hizaki and His Years
I have
of
no idea who
Pilgrimage.
that is.
I'm neurodivergent. I have major depressive disorder, MDD, general anxiety disorder, GAD, agoraphobia, and avoidant personality disorder, AVPD. In addition, I have issues with paranoia, some delusions induced by anxiety, and a severe problem with maladaptive daydreaming. So now...
If like the delusions are included in here, are you sure you want to talk about wanting to be all these animals and like this random dude from a book? Maybe a manga? I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for it. Because if you want to post pictures of my persona kissing an anti-virgin The Rock, it's my... All right, it's posted. Okay, I'll go over that next. Cats, I hope that you're like making it's satanic joke, or not that it's like the you can't make those jokes whenever you're saying that a tornado might hit you. Then I'm gonna be worried. Cats, are you okay? Cats, are you?
For some less serious information about me. I enjoy metal, punk, and folk music most of all. I'm always open to
Okay, folk is based. Folk music based.
music suggestions that fall outside of these genres, however, especially if it's cool experimental music. I like drawing and crafting.
Vague.
I may post some of my creations occasionally. I am interested in taxidermy and bone collecting.
What?
Oh, wow.
What?
Fuck. I also enjoy collecting rocks and mineral samples. I'm a pagan and an animist. Oh.
Of course. Okay.
I'm Mod Badger at Kin Experiences. Holy shit. This is like reading John Wayne Gacy's fucking journal from when he's 10.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen. You can't read this and not know what's going to happen.
I'm scared.
I'm completely insane and think I'm a badger. By the way, I'm really interested in collecting bones. What are you stepping in my van? Let's go for a drive.
Oof.
Holy fucking hell. So now that we know a little bit more about the person that wrote this, let's find out about otherkinity. Things that people need to realize about otherkinity. I don't know how to pronounce that. Things that people need to realize about otherkinity. Seriously, people both inside and outside the community need to get it through their heads that otherkin means to identify as non-human. Identifying with something non-human is being other-hearted. The two are not the same. A kin type is not a fursona. Someone can make their...
What? Okay, so otherkin means to identify as non-human. Just at all? What if it's a fictional character? Because they also want to be like fictional characters. Identifying with something non-human as being other-hearted. What's the difference? As opposed to with? What difference does it make? You're not actually that thing. What are you talking about?
Their fursona after their kin type, or realize there actually are kin to the creature chosen as their fursona, but the two are not equivalent by definition. Otherkinity is not exclusively a spiritual belief. Many otherkin identify as such for psychological reasons. Otherkinity is not a gender identity. We are not appropriating transgender struggles. Some otherkin are transgender.
What?
A fair amount are, in fact. Being one doesn't mean one cannot be the other. They are different types of identities. Stop erasing the gender identities of trans otherkin and stop using the existence of otherkin to invalidate trans people's identities. Your transphobia is disgusting and blatantly obvious. Some otherkin experience species...
I'm losing my mind here. Wait, if I'm a spoon-shaped soul trapped in a meat suit, am I otherkin? Yes. Yes. You're an otherkin, not a furry. Yes, you are spoonkin. This is correct. You are a spoonkin. I'm glad I never went through an edgy phase. Are you sure?
dysphoria, which means they have a strong disconnect.
Or like the insane phase, like you had a Tumblr. Like I'm probably still in my edgy phase technically. I'm still like, I don't know.
Some otherkin experience
I'll be
species dysphoria, which means they have a strong disconnect with their human body. Trans otherkin have found similarities between species dysphoria and their gender dysphoria if they have it, and so the two get discussed. They are not the same, but they can be comparable. Otherkin don't think it's cultural appropriation to wear wolf ears. or that it's oppression to have houseplants, or something ridiculous like that.
What?
Stop falling for obvious trolls. Other can.
Okay, here's the thing. Poe's law makes it hard for it to be obvious. Now there's so many crazy things that you don't know if they're being genuine or not because of all the crazy stuff that's been said.
Insanity is not a mental illness by definition. Some may identify as such due to reasons derived from trauma or illness, but it isn't in and of itself a mental illness. In fact, a large majority of us who are mentally ill, in addition to being otherkin, have confided our identity to mental health professionals who think it's a healthy identity to have. Stop yelling at us to get help. Your ableism is not appreciated by anyone. I'm sure there are other important things out there that should be added to the list, but this is all my brain is coming up with for the nonce. Well, I'm...
Wait. Isn't nonce pedo and British? Am I misremembering that? I still have a black hoodie. I still edgy. Yeah. I want to get a trench coat. Does that make me edgy?
I'm going to have to agree. I don't think wearing wolf ears is cultural appropriation. I'm fairly certain wolves aren't going to mind. But now we have a better picture of insanity. So going forward, we're going to have a better idea of what we're dealing with, because there are all sorts of kin types.
It's British slang, yes, for pedo. Then why did they say for the nonce? Huh. Weird. Thanks, Blue.
You might have heard them discuss that, or Therians. Now, there's a difference between those two, but I can't be fucking bothered to learn it.
I mean, if you want to be super technical, my edgy phase was explaining Doom 2016 lore in depth. Well, you're gonna need those skills. I'm gonna need your skills for that because I am planning on playing Doom 2016 for the spooky season, for the spooky month. I'm gonna go to Doom.
Because there are all sorts of kin types. You might have heard them discuss that, or Therians.
Oh Lord,
now, there's
more.
a difference between those two, but I can't be fucking bothered to learn it. I can only handle so much crazy in one sitting, and if you're looking for me to go into all of this, that's not going to happen.
Fair.
I'm just dealing with kin types. So what's a kin type? Well, you'll find that other kin use kin as a suffix for pretty much anything. You can be a plant kin, you can be a dragon kin, you can be a fiction kin. You can be a kin if you wanted to be, which would be even more insane. I don't know if that exists yet, but by the end of this video, or by the time people watch it, I'm sure it's fucking going to exist. Yeah. Welcome to Tumblr, where anything can be real, because fuck you, that's why. Now, you may be saying...
Yeah, that's fair. Oof. My edgy phase was using the default browser of the Windows 11 build. Oof. Oof. Also, BB wanting a trench coat doesn't make you edgy, it makes you the quiet kid. Oh, God. Honestly, though, I do have a picture of my dude wearing his dad's trench coat with a backwards hat because I thought it looked cute. I thought it was cute. And then it's in his hand is his homemade bread that he just made because he's that guy. Because I made him put on the backwards hat and the trench coat. It was great. That's one of my favorite pictures of him. Ken, I'm just a kin. Oof.
Jim, come on, there's got to be a limit. But you'd be wrong, as seen in the post by Paranoid Raindrops.
Oh boy.
Please like or reblog this if you are weatherkin, divinekin of any kind, demonkin, void spacekin. Just want to be friends with this lonely rain cloud. I have to start over from nothing, and I would very much enjoy the opportunity to follow you and have new people in my life. And then it's hashtagged otherkin. We are the...
Oh, you have a trench coat for your old Blade costume? That sounds based.
Kin, divinekin,
still edgy,
demonkin, voidkin, spacekin, and raindropkin. That's right. There are people out there that are weatherkin. Apparently, Doppler radar is...
A trench coat and a backwards cap, that's an image? It's a very cute image, in my opinion. No, unironically, though, I love that picture of him. And he was like, why are you making me do this? It's like, I like it. I just do.
Divinekin, demonkin.
To clarify, I was never into the Columbine kids or anything. I want you to know I'm not crazy. I just thought that it was cute on him, okay?
Voidkin, spacekin, and raindropkin. That's right. There are people out there that are weatherkin. Apparently, Doppler radar is such hot shit that people identify as it. I know that when I feel a rainstorm coming, I want to find a weatherman and have him hold me tenderly.
Oh my god.
So now that we have a better idea of just what an otherkin is, let's go out and meet the community.
Oh boy.
And what better place to start than here? Small deer boy explores the...
Oh my god. That's not a... That's not a boy. That's not a boy. That's not a boy. That's not a boy. Even Vivi likes the image of a bad boy? I mean, kind of, yeah. Sort of. But I also like the night... I like the cute best friend archetype too, who's like sad. Like that's why I didn't like Anna versus the Apocalypse, because my favorite character dies. Spoilers. He's like the best friend who likes her and she doesn't reciprocate. And he freaking dies, and he's my favorite character. And it pissed me off.
And what better place to start than here? Small deer boy explores the forest of his mind.
Oh,
Hashtag,
God.
I'm actually a stag. Selfie. Agendered. Demi boy. They, them, he, him. Deerkin, otherkin. Antlers. Reblog my selfie if you love me. Panromantic. Demisexual. So just what are we going to find at castlebeyondthegoblincity.tumblr.com? Well, the Goblin King.
The streetlight outside my window is now flashing. Please be careful, cats. You have your emergency plan, right? Where are you going if there's a storm? Do you just go to the bathroom? What do you do?
The years have not been kind to David Bowie. My name is Imber. I'm a 16-year-old nature-worshipping agendered demi-boy. I prefer neutral pronouns, but I'm also fine with male. Part-time gentle forest creature.
I hope to God that you grew out of this. Because 16. 16, so, okay. Yeah, that is why it's the image, but you want a sweet, caring person inside of it. Yes, yes. Are they listing off genders or computer coding? I really hope that they grew out of this. Oof.
Part-time ferocious beast. Polykin wolf deer dragon.
There are no... Do you want to tell her that dragons aren't real? I have no effing clue, but I'm gonna fly like Superman, then immediately get hit with a flying brick. Dude, have a plan, please. I know that you're probably joking, but please, seriously, have a plan.
Amateur cosplayer and aspiring furry. Hardcore feminist.
Aspiring furry. Okay. Hardcore feminist, of course. I don't think girls want the bad boy, just the bad boy wrapping paper. Yeah, probably. It's also probably like the image of someone who can protect you, maybe.
Illinois. I draw, write, sing, act, and play the ukulele.
Of course.
Single. I take my not safe for work. I always pick hugs over drugs. And then there's the Instagram and Etsy accounts they use. So just to sum up, it's a 16-year-old nature-worshipping feminist demi-boy who's single right now.
I wonder why.
So any ladies out there, got you covered. So let's see what the Goblin King has to say. This is from April 4th, 2015.
Oh boy.
Some yuppie dude bro. Pop music has destroyed my hope for humanity. Me? Really? Not racism? Not sexism?
It's one of these.
Not the rampant discrimination of the human race by the cis-het male white hierarchy. Not war, not genocide, not the fact that we're killing our planet. Some yuppie dude bro. No, I don't give a shit about that. What really grinds my gears is seeing young girls listening to music and having fun.
I'm gonna lose my mind. I hear you like bad boys. Well, I don't mean to brag, but I'm literally bad at everything. Nice, nice.
I think we found a winner here. Let's delve a little deeper. Now, this next post is pretty long, but I think it gives you an idea of just who the Goblin King is.
Well, two bad girls. This guy has an 800 credit score, and he looks like he organizes all his power tools. Honestly, that's a vibe, though. That's a vibe. That's a good vibe.
So let's find out a little bit more about our deerkin. Day 1.
Oh my gosh,
I cried so.
I love this picture of the deer. The deer. Is that even a deer? Is that like an elk? What is that?
So let's find out a little bit more about our deerkin. Day 1. I cried so hard that it scared my father. He spent the night outside my bedroom door just to make sure I didn't stop breathing like a newborn in her crib the first week. Day 2. I went to work and I cried in the bathroom. Day 3. I believe I was cured. Now I think my mind was playing a cruel joke on me.
Lord.
Day 4. I told you I miss you, and you replied with, thank you.
This is why you don't date when you're freaking
I saw a picture
16.
of you on Instagram, and it lit my throat on fire, so I burned your love letters over the flame. Day 6. I smoked weed with a boy on his back porch and he asked questions you were afraid to. But still, I couldn't kiss him on his couch. Day 7. I couldn't sleep because I kept dreaming of you kissing other girls on your couch.
Oh, God.
Day 8. I gave you all of your stuff back, and you thought I looked like a warrior, but really, I went home and cried an entire ocean into existence. Day 9. I laughed.
Holy moly, they have Whataburger here? Of course they do. It's nationwide now. It's nationwide Whataburger. Sure, I think it's based in Illinois now, but Whataburger for everybody.
Without you. Day 10. I kept finding excuses to text you, and you kept ignoring me.
Oof.
Day 11. I cried until my stomach heaved itself up, and I slept next to the toilet in case those nasty dreams came again.
I really hope.
Day 12.
I really hope she's just trying to guilt the dude, and this didn't actually happen like this. Oof. Oof. This is why I think you should wait until you're older to date. Because then, oof, you're not emotionally prepared for this.
Since when is heartbroken so goddamn romantic? There's nothing pretty about losing feelings in my knuckles after squeezing my hand so tight to keep from texting you.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Day 13. I could never squeeze them tight enough. I could never imagine that you would be so good at letting me fade.
Maybe he let you
Day
leave
14.
because you're the crazy girl.
The doubt makes my spine feel less like vertebrae and more like giant icicles. You never loved me.
Oh, God.
Day 15. I found out you had replaced me, and it flicked at my bruises, but my ribs didn't break. Day 16.
What?
I told everyone about you, and they said you were stupid for leaving. But I think you were stupid for staying the first time you sliced my heart on the side of the road.
What?
Day 17. I didn't think about you for an entire night because I was drunk in bed with someone else.
Wait. Were you still 16 or were you younger than 16? What the hell? Why were you drunk in bed with someone else? What the hell? What is happening?
Day 18. What color are your eyes? How big are your hands? Where was that
You're looking for food to get right now? Lol. Yeah.
freckle on your face I used to look at while you slept? Day 19. Sometimes all I feel in my chest is my heart trying to break out of its cage. I think it's tired of everything I have put it through.
This has got to be like imaginary, right? She's like imagining this. This is not actually happening. I refuse to believe that people actually act like this. Please. Please tell me that people don't actually act like this. I'm starving and I finally finished all my food in my fridge. Oof.
Day 20. I'm sorry I couldn't ignore your birthday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Day 21. This was a shitty poem about a shitty person, but I don't think of you so much anymore. I don't think of you so much anymore.
Does this count as poetry? Maybe? Free verse? I don't know. Also, I don't want to drive, so I'm a DoorDash. That's fair.
Life is hard for a deer.
Freaking picture.
Well, I cry every time. Well, I don't know about you, but I cry every time. Who knew that deers had such...
So just a guess, but I think this girl is cray cray. I mean, that might have been why the dude left, if he exists. Just saying. Just saying. Oof.
Emotionally traumatic lives. Apparently Tumblr is the #1 website for fucking creatures in the forest.
Oof.
You know, Twitter's got to step up its game. All it's got are those birds. But if you've got...
Let someone else brave the elements, that's not me, and I get paid $50 a day for food. Yeah, so give them a good tip, and you're getting reimbursed for it, so go for it.
Four legs, if you're a quadruped, Tumblr is where it's at. That's where all the forest creatures go to tell you about their heartbreak and the sorrows of their lives. Like that one time the tree bark just didn't cut off right, or how good that grass was yesterday, or taking a shit next to that bush.
Oof.
Well, with all these struggles and hardships in life, like being a deer who happens to be a feminist, or a badger that wants to collect human bones, if there was only a place where otherkin could go to release that emotional weight,
we'll see
and to
what we
just
got.
lay it all out there. Oh, well, hey, what do you know? There is. It's confessions.tumblr.com, a Tumblr blog set up to allow otherkin to anonymously vent about their day-to-day frustration. So why don't we take a look at a few and get a better understanding
I'm
of
scared.
just the kind of traumas that the otherkin deal with on a daily basis. Anonymous posts on the 4th of April. Even though everything I feel tells me I'm a bearkin, I don't want to be a bear. I don't particularly like bears. I just feel like I am one.
Why?
Well, at least I know where to find the answer when somebody asks, does crazy shit in the woods?
Why do you think
Anonymous
you're a bear?
posts on the 2nd of April. I'm slightly irritated at fictionkin in general. I don't hate anyone. I don't have the desire to tell people how to identify. It just seems like fictionkin are a bit less legit than someone who is a cat, dog, or dragonkin.
Dragons don't exist.
Sorry, I need to reread that because my mind melted a little bit. It just seems like fictionkin are a bit less legit than someone who is a cat, dog, or dragonkin. I just don't get it. How do you live your life as a character that isn't real or could die in the series? I think it's just an infatuation with a series rather than an actual identity.
Oh, wow. Who would have guessed that? Oh, wow. Oh, no. I don't know. You might be onto something here.
Come on. Come on. If irony had a physical weight to it, you could package this post up into a bag and bludgeon people to death with it.
Very true.
It's almost like watching somebody who's on the cusp of self-awareness, but they haven't made that final step over the line just yet.
Yeah.
Anonymous posts on the 1st of April. I'm Dragonkin, and I get to travel a lot for work, but I hate flying in airplanes so much. Being forced to sit straight up while enclosed in a tiny plane and not being able to stretch my wings out and fly myself makes me feel so sick and dizzy each flight. I wonder how many
dragons aren't real. They're not real.
My wings out and fly myself makes me feel so sick and dizzy each flight. I wonder how many dragonkin are base jumpers.
Oh.
Probably not a lot. Or probably not a lot that ever make it to the second jump.
Oh.
The ripcord's there for a reason, champ. Those wings aren't going to glide your ass to the ground just as safely as you might think they are.
Yikes.
Just saying, pack a parachute, asshole.
Yeah.
Anonymous posts on the 30th of March. I think identifying as a factkin is extremely disrespectful.
What?
Being factkin of a dead person does not make it better. You are disrespecting real people and disrespecting the memory of those past. It's ableist to claim you are someone else, as they would definitely trigger disassociative episodes, and racist to ID as factkin of someone of another race than you. Sincerely, it is disrespectful all around. You see, there's a line you don't cross. If you want to be a deer, go right ahead, but don't you dare say you're Benjamin Franklin. That's a step too far. Oof. Anonymous posts on the 27th of March. I'm Demonkin.
Dragon these airlines, yeah.
But a peaceful and helpful demon. So I don't get along with some of the other demon.
Then you're not a demon. You're just trying to be super special. Demon. I'm gonna lose my mind if I need to explain every single time that someone misunderstands what a demon is, and my brain just melts into goo. Like, okay, sure. Like, Doom doesn't have accurate demons. I understand that, but it's fun, and you're shooting them, so it's fine. Japan doesn't understand demons. They basically just make them yokai, and it's like, okay, it's a totally different thing. But, like, a peaceful and helpful demon is a freaking oxymoron type shit. You got Popeye's chicken? That's a major downgrade from Waterburger. What are you talking about? Fly Dragon D's keep your hoard? Oof. Oh, Fly Dragon D's keep your hoard. Oof, yeah, it's a discount or airline, yeah?
I'm Demonkin, but a peaceful and helpful demon. So I don't get along with some of the other Demonkin on Tumblr, which sucks. I'm really lonely.
Of course
Plus,
you
it's
are.
kind of scary because they tell me I should try and hang around Angelkin instead. Most of which I'm anxious of. Old habits die hard. I just wish there were more demons like me. So even in the land of special snowflakes, this particular Demon King is a special snowflake.
Oh my gosh. I'm losing my mind. Whenever they try to say that they're demons or angels, my brain melts. Brain melts. It is coming out of my ears. Oof. Oh, I always get red beans and rice cats. I love Popeye's chicken though. Oi, don't be dissing on Popeye's fried chicken. Why get Popeyes when you can get like KFC or literally any other fried chicken though? I don't understand this. Almost like every experience I've had with Popeyes has been very negative. But I guess I don't go to Popeyes that often. Popeyes sides, not biscuits, are top tier. Well, I guess I don't really mess around with sides. I just get like fries. That's what I get at KFC. KFC is mid, Popeyes is peak. Okay, now no. No. I refuse. I refuse. No. Because most of the stores that have God-tier chicken are closed. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
You'd think the fires of hell would melt him, but no, apparently not.
Oh yeah, because they're a snowflake. The fires of hell would melt a snowflake. That's fair.
It's like me. So even in the land of special snowflakes, this particular Demon King is a special snowflake. You'd think the fires of hell would melt him, but no, apparently not. He's just a nice guy all around.
Okay, keep in mind, I hate spice. So I don't think I'd enjoy Cajun fries. But then again, I'm weird with my food. So take everything that I say with a grain of salt, I guess. So, because I eat burgers that are just meat and bread. I don't have any sauce on my pasta. My pizza's just cheese. So I'm not exactly like the foodie of the world. I'm very picky, but I'm not a foodie.
I wasn't spitting pea soup at the priest because I wanted to spook him. I just was trying to give him a pleasant meal. I was thinking of his health. He needs to eat healthier.
Oof.
Anonymous post on the 26th of March. I'm a dear theory.
Oh my god, Phoebe, what are you? If I also don't eat vegetables or fruit, so how am I alive? I don't know. I just exist. I just exist. That's why I'm tired all the time, because I have no nutrition.
And I really wish I could find a herd.
Who hurt you? I don't know. Oh, you don't like spice. That explains for taste in fried chicken. Okay, sure. Sure. We have different tastes in fried chicken because I don't like the spicy shit, okay? It was really funny. When I was little, one of the only things I would eat was cheesy tortillas. And when my cousin would come and I'd ask for a cheesy tortilla, she's like, "What the shit is that?" And then my mom would have to be like, it's just a cheese quesadilla with nothing in it other than the cheese. And she's like, "Oh, why don't you just call it a cheese quesadilla?" It's like, no, there's a cheesy tortilla. BB, stop. I'm going to cry for the lost opportunities that you miss out on daily. Yeah, no. My food situation's very strange.
I'm a deer Therian, and I really wish I could find a herd. It's called hunting. Good luck. Anonymous post on the 25th of March.
No.
As a deerkin, it's very pleasing to hang out deep in the woods where everything is quiet, especially eating berries and reading a book, maybe. I get very depressed in the winter because it's too cold for me to do this. You poor bastard.
Just
Unable
like
to eat berries and read books like every other deer out there. I feel your pain. Anonymous post on the 17th of March. I'm a dollkin, feeling astral horns, and I don't know why. Perhaps it's because you're fucking crazy. Look into that.
Are they trying to... What is it? I don't even want to think about the implications of dollkin. That sounds like there'd be a lot of issues here. A lot of issues here. But yeah, and I'm assuming they're just like, oh, I'm like freaking Annabelle. I'm a freaking demon to be special. It's not strange, baby. It's tragic. You might get a dab of guac and lose it and throw the quesadilla. Yeah, no, I scrape it off. I literally, when I go to places, and sometimes the only thing I can have at Mexican restaurants is a quesadilla if they don't have chicken tenders. It's my favorite Mexican place. It's like a legit, really good Mexican place. For like the people who like legitimately like Mexican food. But they have like the best chicken tenders and like double fried fries. But for other places, I have to get cheese quesadillas. And they always try to put like guac on it, and I have to like freaking scoop it off with and hope that the avocado doesn't get too bad. Evie, for the sake of your sanity, don't try to reason the doings of Tumblr users. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. It's a little tip for me. Maybe you're just completely insane. Anonymous post on the 14th of March. I'm Birdkin. When I was little, I always ran with closed eyes and spread my arms out. Tried to jump as far and as high as I could and imagined I would fly. I still do it when no one is watching. It feels so natural not to feel the ground beneath me. That is until the moment my face connects with the fucking pavement and I get sent to the hospital with a concussion.
Oof.
Yeah, I bet you do it when no one's watching. Because you look insane. What the fuck are you talking about? You're right. Jesus. There are people like this.
Yeah.
Anonymous posts on the 8th of March. I'm Monsterkin, and sometimes I make small growling noises, and I feel special when my friends call it cute. God, it's almost like...
God.
Yeah, hear me out on this. I know it's crazy. It's almost like you're doing this for attention. That's weird, huh? Like maybe you're not really a monsterkin and you just want people to pay attention to you?
Yeah.
I know I'm probably way off. You keep
reaching.
doing what you're doing, hiding under beds and grabbing little kids' feet when they pop out to go take a pee in the middle of the night, or whatever the fuck it is you do. Anonymous posts on.
At this point, Tumblr is the least of my worries. How does Vivi even enjoy the wonderful thing that is food? We really need to bring natural selection back into society. Well, if that happens, then I'm gonna die because I can't eat. I hope your honey bunny isn't picking. Because then your kids are gonna Starbucks order picky about everything. Oh, he isn't picky. He's a foodie. He'll like eat anything. Like, okay, he won't like eat anything. He's like he likes the quality of the food, but he'll like eat. He'll try a bunch of different stuff. Like he really likes sushi. That's his thing. Um, he'll eat basically any type of food. He's been eating a lot of Indian lately. But yeah, no, I'm super picky. Cats would eat anything, yeah.
On the 27th of February, when I walked past the raw meat aisle.
But my parents were both picky eaters, and they're like, "Oh, I guess this is karma for us being picky eaters with our parents." So, like, absolutely anything as long as it's edible. What counts as edible to you? Because there are some things that could be considered edible that really shouldn't be.
You're doing, hiding under beds and grabbing little kids' feet when they pop out to go take a pee in the middle of the night, or whatever the fuck it is you do. Anonymous posts on the 27th of February. When I walk past the raw meat aisle in stores, I get hungry.
Yeah,
the meat just looks so tasty and chewy, and I drool imagining the taste and texture in my mouth. I can't tell if I'm Demonkin or Wolfkin or something like that.
Demons don't need to eat. Demons don't need to eat. They're purely spiritual beings. Purely spiritual beings. They don't need to eat. They don't need to eat. Then you will have one kid who's going to send back seven waters for various reasons. Oof. Baby, you can still survive in natural selection as long as you're smart. These Tumblr users aren't smart. Yeah, fair.
I can't tell if I'm Demonkin or Wolfkin or something like that. All I know is that I want to eat raw meat. Can you?
Oh, 7 what? Like they're the super picky ones. Hopefully they won't be Karens about it. Because if they mess up my order, I just like get a napkin and I take it off. You know, I can deal with my food being messed up.
Can you picture this? Let's say 20-year-old morbidly obese man and a wolf.
Oh yeah, Vivi, you might know, is there a difference between a devil and a demon? What are you talking about? Because I think theologically, as far as I know, there is no difference between a devil and a demon. They're both fallen angels. However, if you're talking about D&D, there is a difference. Because I want to say the devils are the smart ones and demons are like the agents of chaos type thing. But I might have them flipped. But I think theologically there's no difference. But like fictionally in D&D, there are different classifications. Like in Bible or language-wise, is it the same? As far as I know, I'm not the biggest in like angel demonology. I just remember bits. I know the basics. Like they're purely spiritual beings. Demons are fallen angels. You know, basic things like that. I believe each angel and demon has been, I think someone described it as like they're each basically their own species, almost. Location mostly cats. Devils tend to not be on our plane and demons tend to be here, I think. Okay, so maybe there is a difference that I don't know about. Maybe.
Wolf costume, drooling at the mouth as he stares at ground beef in the meat aisle of his store. His children run screaming because he's furiously masturbating. Because that's what wolves do. Don't argue with me on this. I know about this. I've read enough Tumblr to know this. They behead dogs and they masturbate in the meat aisle at stores. It's just part of what wolves naturally do. Stop being ableist, you fucking shitlords. Don't judge them. They're special. You need to respect that. You know, there was a time, and it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. No, that sounds right. Devils are lawful evil, and demons are chaotic evil in D&D. Okay, so I do have it right. Where the demons are like, the devils are the more like quote unquote smart scheming ones, and the demons are like the kind of chaotic ones. Same ancestor but different in the present with devils and demons. Maybe, I don't know. It could just be depending on what they're doing type thing. Because technically, I don't know, it might be something like the difference between like a sister and a nun. where like a nun is like cloistered and their job is to pray for others, while sisters, they also do pray for others, but their job is mainly doing like acts of service, like teaching and things like that, and charity.
For some circles, it still exists, where furries were the worst thing on the internet. It seemed like every week you had another story of another Tumbles the Stair Dragon. And for anybody who doesn't know who Tumbles is, feel free to go check out the Dramatica article. It's fucking eye-opening. But every week, it seemed like there was something like that. They were obnoxious. They were everywhere. They were constantly pushing their dumb shit everywhere. Their art was everywhere. And the people that were in the community were seen to be freaks. But something happened over the last 7 years. 7 or 8 years. Now, don't get me wrong. They're still freaks.
Depends.
But they're freaks with a better image. Now,
Yes, a sister and a nun is a good example.
Part of that is because of people like, I don't know, Uncle Kage.
I have often said that we are our own worst enemy. Because of the early days of furry fandom, the image that was put forth to the world at large was not perhaps the most positive image that could have existed.
Fair.
I've been trying to fight that ever since.
And what he says is right.
This
They
is
are
an
their
advocate
own worst
of the
enemy.
furry fandom.
You've got to take back control and rein it in a little bit. Now, is that possible with Otherkin? Can Otherkin rein it back in? Because when you go through Tumblr, when you're looking at this,
I don't know about that.
it is insanity. Pure insanity. You have people that believe that they are everything that could possibly exist. They are dead people, they are living people, they are fictional characters, they are dragons and lizards, they're wolves, they're plants, they're fairies and
What do you do
fae,
with a
they're demons
plant?
and gods. They are convinced of it. You throw in a little sprinkling of mental illness and it really takes off. It's like the headmates thing, where you're facilitating, you're helping along crazy people to be even crazier by letting them buy into this bullshit, by not having a division, a line that says, hey, it's
It was a good example. Yeah, that's because I said it. BB, maybe.
they pretend. We're not being real here. It's hard to look through this and to go through the tags, and there are so many
Don't stroke my ego. I'll fall for it, okay?
Tumblrs about Otherkins out there. And by the way, I saw this one.
Oh, God.
Please, God. Please make this a thing.
Is this a joke?
Because this is so dumb on its own
Oh, Lord.
that it just deserves to exist. I was
Oh,
really
no.
disappointed that there weren't more of these. Because that would have been the whole fucking video. If I could have got this. This should be a fucking thing. But when you break it down to its brass tacks, what are you looking at? Well, you saw in those confessions, right, these anonymous posters, almost all of them repeat the same thing. And if you go and look at that Tumblr, you're going to see what I'm talking about. It's people that want attention. They want to feel.
When people ask me, how does it feel to be a cat? I'm like, how does it feel to be a human? Oof. The thing that furries have over these kin is that at least most furries know it's all pretend. Yes, that's true. That is true. Most.
Special. This has become a badge of honor in our current society. The more diverse, the more unique you are, the more worth you have. You can't just be average or ordinary or mundane. You can't just be a human being.
Yeah.
You have to be a demigod, a deerkin. You have to be the system mate of a fucking head star and all this other crazy bullshit. Because then you can tack it up on your little Tumblr blog and more people will pay attention.
Yeah.
And it's not even enough anymore that there are all these bizarre things, that these other kins are all these different forms of nutty. They have to fight amongst themselves. Who's more unique? Go look at that confession page. It's mind-boggling how many of them will say,
Infighting?
I'm just the same as this other person,
infighting?
but I'm a little bit different, and oh, woe is me, how lonely I am. Will you come and look at my blog and cry me a fucking river? What the hell happened to the internet? I mean, in my mind, after going through this, there's a sharp line between furry and otherkin. Furries are fun to laugh at, but I don't think they're crazy. Otherkin is a completely different thing. It's attention whoring at a level that just is mind blowing. It's boggling, really, when you look at it. So really, at the end of the day, it looks like the otherkin community is broken down into a couple of different groups. You've got one group that are people that are desperate for attention, and they will make themselves unique in any way they can to get that attention. It's just a way of drawing people to them. The other group are legitimately crazy people that have been drug along for the ride by these attention-whoring assholes.
Vi lever tillsammans. Vi sitter i soffan och ibland gosar jag på henne och ibland så brottas vi. Det är oftast mest vanliga tråkiga vardagsgrejer.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh lord. Oof. Oof. Well, at least they're free to do that here, I guess. Go USA, I guess. Oof. Yeah. Sure. Okay, let's see what Count Dankula. The Count Dankula video has. I'm scared. Is this also old, like that time period? 7 years ago. Okay. But almost guess he's Canadian without a boot, but I know he's British. Because didn't he get his dog taken away from him because he made an offensive joke? And he's British?
I want to talk about the very, very many genders that have been created over the last...
We need the free grippy sock vacations, though? Yes. Yeah, probably. Probably. Just... We need to find, like, that happy medium where we're actually taking care of people and stuff. Oh, he's Scottish. Wait, is he Irish? Which one is he? If he's Scottish, then poor man, he's roped in with the Brits, even though they were desperately trying to fight them. But I guess that would make sense. Isn't Critical Drinker also Scottish? Yeah. So yeah, I guess poor Scottish people. They're joined in there now. Wait, didn't they try to leave? Were they able to leave? Irish, Scottish, same thing, right? Oof. I think they both don't like the British, so I don't know. Pretty much so. Oof. What was I doing? My mind just went like blank for a second. Oh well.
I want to talk about the very, very many genders that have been created over the last few years just to show the extent of how fucking ridiculous this has gotten. I currently have an A to Z list of genders, and I got it from the Internet's Authority on Genders, Tumblr. So we know that this list is 100% correct and factual. And these obviously are all real genders. I mean, these weren't just things that were just completely made up so that people can class themselves as them so that they can feel unique and special.
Please tell me they have descriptors.
Obviously isn't the case here. There are a few genders on the list that I agree with though. Maybe not a few, but a couple. Also, if you expect fact check...
A literal couple? Like, the two?
...and research, you know me better than that by now. I'm also not going to go through the whole list because there are 111 genders on this list, so
111?
Also, a lot of the genders are pretty much the exact same thing, just the definition's just been worded differently, so I would just be repeating myself a lot anyway. I'm just going to talk about a select few that I find particularly interesting. Now, 111 isn't how many genders there are, but I'll get to that.
No one likes the British. We're their best friend and had to fight them tooth and nail. Yeah. I feel like with America and the British, it can be like only we're allowed to bully the British. If any other country goes to war with them or something, we're like, oh, you don't get to mess with them. Only we get to mess with the British. Or Big Brother. Or Big Brother who we hate, but we'll also defend if we need to.
Later. A boomy gender. A gender that is profound, deep and infinite.
What does
meant
that mean?
To resemble when one mirror is reflecting into another mirror, creating an infinite paradox.
What does
this
that
is the
mean?
first one on the list and this is already pretentious as fuck.
Yeah.
Whoever made that gender wears a fedora. A Adamus gender. A gender which refuses to be categorised. For when you want to feel extra special and unique. Affective gender. A gender which is affected by mood swings. So when you're sad, you're a guy. When you're happy, you're a woman. Who would have thought that gender would be such a fickle thing that it can be influenced by what side of the bed you got up on that morning? Oh, there's no coffee left. Guess I'm a woman today. Alexi gender. A gender that is fluid between more than one gender, but the individual cannot tell what those genders are.
Wait, they don't even
So when you're asked...
They don't even know what the genders are. What? How does that make sense?
What gender you are, you've invented a fancy way of saying I don't fucking know. This is a nice way of saying that you're stupid. Amica gender. A gender that changes depending on which friend you're with.
Really?
So if you hang out with Dave, you're a man, but if you hang out with Steve, you're a woman. What happens if you hang out with Dave and Steve at the same time?
Oh, good point. Good point.
A desire to be without primary sexual characteristics, without necessarily being genderless.
What?
One may be both and genital and identify as any other gender alongside. So
What?
you don't want to have tits, pussy or a cock. So none of the fun stuff. Being angenital means you hate fun. Anti-gender. A protein gender which has the
At this point, I'd say leave the British to their own devices and let them FAFO. Oof.
potential to be anything, but is formless and motionless, and therefore does not manifest as any particular gender.
We're still in the A's.
A poetic way of saying that you don't fucking know. Anxi-gender. A gender that is affected by anxiety.
What does that have to do with
So you
gender?
turn into a man or a woman when you're nervous. Abconsu gender. A gender where you know what it isn't, but not what it is. The gender is hiding itself from you.
The fuck?
Again, this is you saying that you don't know, but it's not your fault. It's your gender's fault, because it's hiding from you.
What the hell?
Astrogender. A gender that feels connected to space.
What does that mean?
I sexually identify as space. I'm in fucking space, you cunt. I'm in space, you fucking cunt. This next one has a trigger warning. I'm not joking, it actually says trigger warning on the list. Possible trigger warning, autigender. A gender that can only be understood in the context of being autistic.
What the shit?
Axigender. When a person experiences two genders that sit on opposite ends of an axis, one being a gender and the other being any other gender.
What?
These genders are experienced one at a time with no overlapping and with very short transition time. Why does this sound like an exam question? Why does it sound like there's maths involved? Biogender. A gender that feels connected
thank
to
God we're
nature in
bees.
some way.
We're finally in bees. Thank God. Oh. Honestly, I wish that space gender was real. Space gendered rats rise up, yeah.
Why does this make me feel like you identify as vegetation? Caste gender. The feeling of gender is unimportant to you.
So a normal
I can
person?
actually relate to that one. Call gender. The feeling of having too many genders simultaneously to describe each one.
Oh my gosh.
Like
oh my gosh. Bees. My God. The freaking Batman quote. That freaking Batman quote. Imagine being a space being of no discernible origin. Oof.
that little sexist race baiter Milo, whose gender changes every hour. Colour gender. A gender associated
You
with...
guys remember Milo? That Milo? Because there was two Milos. There's two Milos on the opposite ends. I don't necessarily like either Milo. But, not the bees, Rusty. Not the bees. They're in my eyes.
with one or more colours and the feelings, hues, emotions and or objects associated with that colour may be used like pink gender, blue gender, yellow gender.
What?
So this means that you can identify as the colours yellow and blue and so on. There are actually 10 million colours within the visible spectrum of the human eye. So that's 10 million colours, 10 million genders.
Oh,
so we're now
Lord.
at 10,111 genders so far. Demiflux, the feeling of having multiple genders, some static and some fluctuating.
Oh my gosh.
I can actually understand that. Your gender fluctuates. Just kind of like quantum computing. You know how standard computers send a bit of data and binary as either a 1 or a 0? With quantum computing, it can actually simultaneously be a 1 or a 0 within a quantum state, actually allowing for far, far, far superior computer.
Hello, how are you doing? I don't know how I should say that. Ink? Perhaps ink? I will call you Ink. I don't know how to say what is the best way to address you. But yes, hello. I was in Mally's chat today, yes.
Processing power.
We're doing edgy content right now, so hopefully you're not scared away. Yeah, welcome to the madness.
Computing, it can actually simultaneously be a 1 or a 0 within a quantum
Okay, ink or inky, got it.
state, actually allowing for far, far superior computer processing power. The only difference is that quantum computing would actually benefit mankind. Demi-vapor.
Maybe.
Term coined by cotton blossom jellyfish. You absolutely...
Hello. I miss you so much. Okay. Well, I cannot see your username because it's too dark. Oh, cool. Hubby brought me here? Okay. Hello. Hello, miss.
Have to laugh when something as serious as a classification isn't attributed to a doctor or a scientist or a university, but to a fucking...
I had there was someone in my D&D group who literally put their hue as the exact same color of like the dark theme of the Discord so that you could never read his name, and it was very funny. It was very funny.
Attributed to a doctor or a scientist or a university, but to a fucking Tumblr username. Ego gender. A gender that is so personal to your experience that it can only be described as you. That has to be the ultimate end.
I really don't understand the genders. I really don't understand the gender stuff as using it to encapsulate all of you. That seems like trying to put yourself into a box. That's like... That seems complicated to put yourself into that much of a box.
Game. Your own personal gender that no one else can have, just to make you feel so unique and special. Can you imagine if that actually got applied to everyone on Earth? What's the population sitting at just now? About 7.4 billion. So that means there's 7.4...
When your gender is your entire personality. Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's the thing. It seems lame, right? I think this is the guy that made his own remix on all the countries of the world. Maybe. I don't know.
4 billion potential genders out there, with a new one being created every time someone is born. So that means we've got 7.4 billion ego genders, then we've got the 10 million colour genders, and the 111 from this list, and fuck that, I'm not doing fucking math.
Are you packed up for tomorrow? How's the Popeyes going? Have you eaten all your Popeyes?
Gender. A gender that is related to being a spirit or exists on a higher or extra dimensional plane.
Didn't we already have this?
Does this mean that your gender's so unique that it doesn't even exist in this dimension? Or do you sexually identify?
You have a fourth dimensional gender. Perhaps a fifth dimensional gender.
Identify as Casper the Friendly Ghost. Because Casper's all good and fun until you realise he's the ghost of a dead child. Gender blank. A gender that can only be described as a blank space. Like when gender is called into question, all that comes to mind is a blank space. If someone asks you a question and your mind goes blank, it means you're fucking stupid.
Can someone please do me a favor? What is the definition of gender? Because I don't think these are lining up with that. Like, just the normal definition of what a gender is. Because this doesn't make very much sense to me.
Gender. A gender that is very sensitive and fragile. This is a fancy way of saying that you're a pussy. Hydrogender.
Funny thing too is that I'm coming back here on Sunday to finish the installation. Then why even leave? Why even leave if you have to come right back? That just seems like extra time of travel. That sounds annoying.
A gender which shares qualities with water. My gender is cold, wet, and contains fish. I sexually identify as the Bering Strait. Perigender.
Oh Lord.
Identifying with a gender, but not as a gender.
What?
Surgender. Having a gender that is 100% one gender, but with more of another gender added on top of that. False, because you can't get more than 100%. And this is starting to sound like math again. System gender.
I'm not taking that gender bait.
Gender that is the sum of all the genders within a multiple or medium system. Stop trying to get me to do fucking maths. Why is there maths involved in this? Tragender.
There's a lot of math.
A gender that stretches over the whole spectrum of genders. There definitely is a spectrum involved here. Vapogender.
Oh, thank God, we're in V's.
A gender that sort of feels like smoke, can be seen on a shallow level, but once you go deeper, it disappears and you are left with no gender, only tiny wisps of what you thought it was. Right, at first this one sounded cool, but then it turned into a Twilight fan fiction. Verengender. A gender that seems to shift or change the moment it is identified. You know, like the conundrum of quantum theory, where merely observing a beam of electrons can actually alter the observed reality, almost like the electrons know they're being observed. Spooky shit. I'm really, really good with physics, but I'm terrible at math, which is like being an amazing driver, but you're blind. Venn gender. When two genders overlap, creating an entirely new gender, like a Venn diagram.
Why are there so many V's?
Okay, so now we're on to graphs and charts. We've not only just been forced to do maths, but now we're on to visual methods in order to represent the variables of our findings. So this means that a combination of any two genders can create an entirely new gender. Let's have a look at where we are so far. Let's go with the assumption that no more humans will be born. So we currently have 7.4 billion people on Earth who could each have ego gender applied to them. That's the gender that's so unique and special that it can be applied only to you as an individual and no one else. Then on top of that, we have to add the 10 million different colour genders and also the 111 genders that were originally on the list. So that gives us a total of 7,410,111 genders so far. But then we have something called the Venn gender theory, which was created in 2016 by Tumblr user Fluttershy is my waifu. Probably. The Venn.
Okay, I was gonna say, is it a probably, or is it actually they really like Fluttershy? Because that would make me sad.
Gender theory states that a combination of any two genders can create an entirely new gender. So let's apply the Venn gender theory to this number.
Okay.
So we have to use the permutation formula of r plus n minus 1 factorial
Why
over
is there
r
so much
factorial
math?
times n minus 1 factorial.
Why is there so
N
much
being
math?
the total number of genders that we have so far, which is 7,410,100.
It's always the Fluttershy simps. Yes, it is, though. It is. And it makes me sad, because I like Fluttershy, and there's so many weird things with Fluttershy. Ugh. The bee thing reminds me of a play through person on YouTube. They said something really funny. What?
111, and r being the total number you need to create a full permutation, which in this case is 2. 2 genders, according to the Venn gender theory, is all that is required in order to create a new gender, which gives us this result. 1,245,245,452,452,739,361. That's how many genders there are.
Holy
That's
shit.
how many fucking genders there are. There are 13 million.
Sorry, the way he said it. Okay.
922,453 times more genders than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy.
Holy shit. Oof.
It's Count Dankula on YouTube. Everybody should subscribe.
Oof. Oof. Interesting. Oof. Oh yeah, Pinkie Pie versus Deadpool. Yeah, put that in the chat. I'll do that. let's get away from Edge for a little bit. Ah. Oh, it's a buddy. Oh, let me do this one real quick too.
Service, what do you do, buddy? What was that?
We stand on the threshold of rocket mail.
What? Are you feeling okay?
We have all these missiles, but it's peacetime, so we're filling them with mail and letting them rip.
Would that?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Sometimes some of the weirdest innovations come by when we're bored and we have a lot of resources, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Even work?
We've already done it. We fired it from a U.S. submarine using a Regulus cruise missile. Don't worry, we took off the nuclear warhead, and then it landed in Florida.
Okay, what happened to this?
Turns out it was too expensive just to show up force to the Soviets, but we could have done same-day delivery before Amazon. You just would have needed a new backyard.
U.S. Postal Service, what do you...
Holy shit. Oof. Okay. Okay, let me trying to put these in orders to make it easier for me to come back to this. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. Cleaning this up. So then we went to because it all started with the Hypno Ponies. That's when we went downhill. Okay. Wait. Where's the Okay. And then we went not to the genders. And then we got the pew pew video. Okay. you seen Amazon yesterday shipping? I'm concerned. What happens in that one? How long is that one?
Safety on our streets and justice in our courtrooms are under attack because of Kamala Harris's.
I really need to edit. Okay, this one's shorter than I thought it was going to be. Okay, let's check it out.
Before we get into the episode, I wanted to let you know that all our games are on sale for the holidays. That's
Wait, did they make this game? Did they? Oh, wait, were they part of the Screw Attack Network? Wow, I really know nothing. Okay.
AVGN 1 and 2, Disorder, even the all-new Super...
Wait, there's a 2? I knew that there was a 1. I've seen, like, 1.
Sale for the holidays. That's AVGN 1 and 2, Disorder, even the all-new
Super... It's a good game, yeah. I remember the first one, and I remember the AVGN reviewing it, but I didn't know about the other one. Yeah, no, I know that they're supposed to be, like, very hard, because they're trying to get the same vibe of, like, the old NES games, where they are short but hard, to try to do the whole getting bang for your buck type thing. It's a Bill Burge video about Amazon's new shipping. Put it in the Discord if you want me to react.
Rad Ray Gun. There's discounts on all available platforms, some up to 80% off. So click the link in the description, pick up some games, and save some cash while supporting us.
Interesting. Didn't Screw Attack die? Am I thinking the wrong thing?
Fiction has a very fragile set of rules.
Okay,
Authors should be wary,
got it.
as one small crack can be enough to smash the boundary and send their stories careening out of control.
Are we really doing this?
We're really doing this.
It got sold off. Okay.
Here's Deadpool, Marvel's Merc with the Mouth.
And Pinkie Pie, Equestria's peppy party pony.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Okay. Why didn't they do like Deadpool and Lobo? Death Battle's still technically alive. I know about that. I know that they're still doing a thing. Why didn't they do like Deadpool and Lobo? Why is it Pinkie Pie? Is it just because like popular demand?
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Loneliness, depression, cancer. When you think of the Merc with a mouth, these are unlikely to be the first things you
the fourth wall in Toon Force. Okay.
Associate with the assassin called Deadpool. Yet, before the red and black suit, these were the ingredients in the life of Wade Wilson.
Blah, blah, blah. We've been over this before. How about we just skip to the best parts?
Hold up!
Wait, have they done other things with Deadpool? Oh, they did him versus the Mask. Oh, that would be interesting. Because original Mask is dark as shit. So actually, I could see that as more of a thing. That makes more sense to me, actually, as a matchup. So I'm gonna take this one a little less seriously.
Just can't skip my amazing origin story like that. I have a movie now, so we have all this crispy new footage to use.
7 years ago.
For education.
7 years ago, wow.
Purposes, of course.
Where's his back? Where's my shotgun?
Just ignore him. In short, Wilson was a mercenary who developed cancer.
I had 34 tumors. They were literally everywhere.
Oh, the guy.
He doesn't like chimichangas. He doesn't eat chimichangas. He just likes saying chimichangas. That's not his favorite food. Okay. Also, Deadpool versus Deathstroke? Okay, I guess just put Deadpool versus everything, because there's a lot of different things that would be interesting to see him go against, so I guess that makes sense. Wade Wilson is a Slade Wilson ripoff, by the way? Yes, originally. Yes, he originally was. Okay, so he was made by Rob Liefeld, and he was like generic action guy. And then different writers came on, and he got weirder and weirder. And then we have Deadpool, which is very different from his original form, which is more just Slade Wilson ripoff, from my understanding. I'm not like the biggest Deadpool expert. Most of what I know is mainly through like readings of comics, or like Godzilla Mendoza, I think, is like my go-to for that type of information, if I remember his name correctly.
I had 34 tumors. They were literally everywhere.
So, the guys who messed with Wolverine picked him up, injected him with weird healing fluids, and turned him into a rotten testicle. Hey, That would have been a much better superhero name for you.
Whatever you say, Captain Bucktooth. You know as well as I do.
That's a good Cliff Notes version? Okay.
That I'm kind of a big deal, and I've always lived that lit, fresh mercenary life. And I even partner up with famous little Wolvie on occasion, like when I worked with the X-Force.
Where's your mute button?
I probably left it in the Savage Land after my dinosaur rodeo.
The what?
Oh yeah, check it out. I took a selfie. Hashtag no filter.
Huh. Look at that.
Speaking of Wolverine, Deadpool gained a healing factor from those experiments, which easily trumps anything the X-Man can do. He's strong enough to redirect a rogue helicopter, fights faster than a normal man can react, and is an expert marksman with virtually any weapon he touches.
To all my adoring fans out there, you know what I'm all about. Swords. I got them. They're made of this nanoceramic fiber sharp enough to cut through Spidey's webs and right through his franchise. Grenades, shurikens, bolas and sais, all that good Naruto stuff. I got them on deck, baby. Personal fave, though? Bullets. I spread them like Santa spreads Christmas joy.
Are those Heckler and Koch Mark 23 pistols?
Yeah, but they can be whatever you want them to be, baby.
Oh, right, you got the magic bag with the elephant.
Wait, what are you talking about? What elephant?
After gaining his enhanced abilities, Deadpool's life only got stranger. He's gone on time-traveling adventures with the mutant Cable, joined the Agent X mercenary force, temporarily gained the power cosmic, and even got involved in a love triangle involving death.
Oh, that whole debacle? Okay, so get this. You know the Grim Reaper, Spectre of Death and all that? Well, turns out she's this sexy hot skeleton babe, and she totally digs the Deadpool. But our Facebook status is still on It's Complicated, because I'd have to die to be with her. And then Thanos shows up to try and take her for himself. He cursed me with immortality so I could never see my boo again. But he later took the curse back because he really wanted to kill me. But he can't because then I'd win, and he knows it.
Huh.
I thought I had
Interesting.
That's
actually an interesting dynamic.
Pretty good for a Vancouver Canadian, right?
Deadpool may be effective as a wisecracking merc, but when he gets serious, he becomes nigh unstoppable. As far as super enhanced cancer-ridden assassins go, he's gone toe-to-toe against Captain America, infiltrated Dr. Doom's country of Latveria, and defeated a horde of 100 ninjas while talking on the phone.
Even if you can top that fighting skill, Deadpool's healing factor puts him on a whole nother level. It's let him dive headfirst out of a moving plane, survive the friggin' Chrysler building falling on top of him, strode right out of nuclear explosions, and even regenerated from being turned into a puddle. Though that same healing factor is also part of Deadpool's biggest weakness.
Hey, you dissing me, bub?
No, Boomstick actually has a pretty good point. Years of immortality has let you get away with being sloppy in your approach, which allows a clever enough opponent to gain an upper hand.
True.
Like this.
Hey, what? Oh, hey, what's that? What are you doing? No! You monsters! I won't go the way of Amazing Spider-Man!
Oh, quit whining. You'll be back.
No!
Since when could you do that?
It's been 2 years since our last Deadpool episode. I've had plenty of prep time.
Okay.
Doing my favorite thing at 7 p.m. as a content creator. Guess what it is? Pitching. Just kidding. Sending professional emails.
Please go away. Thank you.
The land of Equestria. A magical kingdom full of rolling plains, beautiful mountain ranges, and rainbows. A place where you just can't help but be happy. Unless you happen to live on a rock farm.
The hell's a rock farm?
The rock
farm. A quarry?
No. They literally farm rocks. For these ponies, rocks were their...
That's great. They move them from one field to the other like they're freaking rock ranchers. It's really dumb. It's great.
Life. They harvested rocks, they sculpted rocks, they played with rocks, they built their homes from rocks, they even ate rocks.
Opponents
one pony on this farm wasn't quite as rock crazy as the rest of her family. Oh no, she's a whole nother level of crazy. This is Pinkamena Diane Pie. Just call her Pinkie Pie.
One day, chipping away in the grueling rock fields as always, Pinkie witnessed something that would change her life forever.
Colors!
The very sight of this unprecedented explosion of color, which originated from Rainbow Dash's first legendary Sonic Rainboom, instantly brought Pinkie the most joy she had ever felt in her life. Brimming with happiness, she wanted to share her newfound jubilation with her grim-faced family.
So she stayed up all night.
This is 7 years ago, so that makes it... Okay, so the series wasn't done yet. Hmm. That should be interesting then. What did she have at the time in her? Yes, Fighting is Magic. Yes. Yes. That's what I was talking about earlier. Fighting is Magic has like the best themed songs. It has amazing music. I think it got taken down for like copyright reasons. But the music itself is great. I listened to it so much. I never played the game, but I listened to the music on loop whenever I was doing homework in high school.
Organizing a surprise party. It was so off the chain that it made them all smile for the first time, which was actually quite horrifying.
That's when Pinky finally realized that her life's mission was meant to bring joy to all.
Wait, what's that thing on her butt?
Oh, that's a cutie mark. Every pony gets one when they discover their calling in life.
Oh, I got one of those. After I found out alcohol and guns were my calling, I woke up and found a beer bottle crossed with 2 shotguns on my left butt cheek.
Boomstick, that's
great.
a tattoo. You don't remember it because you passed out drunk in the parlor chair.
But booze and weapons do define my life, don't they?
Well, sure, but...
Then it's fate.
He made his own. He made his own
something
cutie
better
mark.
to do than farm rocks for a living. Pinky left home and ended up in Ponyville. She landed a job in bed at the Sugar Cube Corner Bakery and set off to befriend every single pony in town, usually with a welcoming song and dance.
Welcome, 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 a fine welcome to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Wait, is this
battle. How do you do?
Is this the first? Wait, no, this is with Cranky. Okay. It's been a while.
I guess now's as good a time as any to mention that Pinkie Pie also sees past the fourth wall.
Sorry, did I interrupt you guys?
No, we were just trying to do a show, but yeah,
Actually, that's a good point. Why isn't it versus Discord? Discord would actually be more of an interesting matchup with the fourth wall stuff. And like Deadpool versus Magic would be an interesting thing there.
Tell them about yourself while I go grab a beer.
Well, I can sing, I can dance, I throw the bestest parties, I can...
Oh, no! The awesome stuff! Give them something lethal!
What? I never hurt anyone. Well, unless it's an evil shape-shifting changeling. That's why I never leave home without my party cannon. Usually
That's
this
fair.
movie can set up
Party
an
cannon.
entire party in a single shot. But when things get tough, I use it to smother my enemies in bubblegum cake batter. It's my own recipe. Want to try some bubblegum cupcakes? They're fresh and sticky.
Voice is pretty good.
Okay. Also, I think one time my party cannon blew up half a building. But that totally wasn't my fault.
Well, Pinkie Pie's party cannon is child's play compared to her own abilities. Her body seems to have highly elastic properties, allowing her to stretch impossible distances, inflate like a balloon, or more practically, shake off hits powerful enough to send her through walls.
Bathtubs are dangerous.
On top of...
Pinky sells tickets though? They gotta sell this fight after all? I guess that's fair. But also, like, the bronies love Discord though. And he's voiced by John Delancey. You know, from Star Trek.
All that, her mane can morph into a drill and tunnel through the earth. She's fast enough to keep up with Rainbow Dash, and she can control the very laws of physics.
So, do we walk back up the slide or what?
Even if you think you've got the upper hand on her,
that's why
she's
I like
got her
that.
own pinky sense that lets her predict.
Yeah, Discord is cute, yes. Yes, he is.
Even if you think you've got the upper hand on her, she's got her own pinky sense that lets her predict oncoming threats.
So, yeah, I forgot that she could do that. Never heard of Discord, so Pinky sells to the normies, yes. Oh, don't worry, Discord got his own matchup with Bill Cipher? Oh! Oh, that sounds like a good matchup. Though Bill's level of depravity is probably higher than Discord's. Like, I liked when he, like, changed all the what was it? Like, all the holes in your face? When he, like, changed around, like, the ears and the eyes and the mouth and it's great. It was horrifying.
Which means my pinky sense is telling me that stuff's gonna start falling. Sometimes it's a bunch of random things happening in my body at random times that supposedly predict the future. I call them combos.
Her pinky sense is so precise, she can expertly maneuver through a collapsing skyscraper under construction while saving 4 other ponies.
Pinky sense? How about...
That was a stupid episode. I hated that episode. Want to watch it after this?
Nonsense.
Sure.
None of this is scientifically possible.
Sometimes you just have to believe in things, even if you can't figure them out.
No, I can't do that. Deciphering the impossible is literally what we do here.
What the hell's with all these ponies? Are they all like this? Why?
She's also very strong.
Oh, this madness goes even further. Even if you were to somehow damage Pinkie Pie's body, she can just reassemble herself on the spot. And no one can escape her, not even Rainbow Dash. You know, the pony who can fly over 3,800 miles per hour.
Yes, we should all be thankful that she uses these powers for good. With the help of her friends, Pinkie saved the world several times, like when her group went up against a glowy horse powerful enough to move the moon.
Pinkie's spastic demeanor might make her seem like a hapless child, but she's actually pretty smart. She knows the names, birthdays, preferences, and locations of every single citizen of Ponyville by memory. She's so meticulous, she plans things
+2 strength, +2 con from background as rock farmer. Unironically, yes.
out decades in advance from her secret party planning Batcave. She also frequently alters her own personal gravity without having to affect the world around her. By inexplicably changing physics like this, Pinkie Pie is theoretically capable of, well, just about anything.
Okay, for a peppy pink pony, this filly is actually kind of scary. Only way it could get any worse is if there were a whole army of Pinkie Pies.
You should say that.
This is like my favorite episode, though. This is like top 10. I really like Too Many Pinkie Pies. I really liked it as a deconstruction of her character.
No! No, no, no!
I can always use the mirror pool. My Nana Pinkie taught me how to use it to duplicate myself over and over and over and over and over.
Pony! No more. Just go back to Ponyville. You'll be getting a new visitor soon, very soon. Like right now soon.
Really? Oh my gosh, I can't wait!
Well, good thing she's easily distracted. She may be some weird ultra-powerful cartoon being, but she's anything but a fighter.
What's more, she can be emotionally fragile at times. If her mood turns negative...
But that's why they make her the villain of almost every freaking... like, super unnecessarily dark, brony creepypasta. It's always Pinkie.
She loses her will to do the one thing she loves most, spreading happiness to every pony she meets.
And like it or not, Pinkie will spread happiness to you, no matter how hard you struggle.
Isn't this exciting? Are you excited? Because I'm excited. I've never been so excited. Well, except for the time that went, but I mean...
This should be interesting.
All right, the combatants are set.
Let's
end this debate once and for all.
I don't know where this is going.
It's time for a death battle!
This boss is so easy. Let's get him, guys. No
I
more
hate
losing. No
you
more
mobile
excuses.
games. Why do we keep doing Zelda? Like, I like Zelda music, but why do you keep doing Zelda music? Like, neither of them are Zelda. Or Zelda related. I guess ponies for Epona, but like, what? I mean, why not? Fair. Okay, so we're doing pixelated style. Cool.
Ow! Dude!
I still say Pinkie for Squirrel Girl finish. It's good background music. That's true. That is true. I'm gonna root for Pinkie just because I'm assuming, based on the time period, this is 2016. It's either they're gonna cater to the bronies because we're at peak brony, or they're gonna try to dab on the bronies, and that's very dangerous. So I'm gonna say Pinkie's probably gonna win, but I could be wrong.
Oh, hello again, Death Battle. So,
it is good.
Who's the lucky victim? You cannot be serious right now.
Yeah. 2016, that should be around season 5, yeah.
Hi there, I'm Pinkie Pie. I've never seen you before. Are you new? You must be new. Prepare to be welcomed.
No! None of that! Shame on you!
I'm gonna welcome you one way or another!
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so there. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna turn you into glue.
That's fair.
Gotcha.
I feel like either of them would win just for the sake of a joke.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Oh, what the?
Like Ryan Reynolds senpai once said, maximum effort! You like this? We're going viral! Wait, whoa! You see those things too?
Yeah, I mean, usually they're kind of annoying, but...
Say no more, tiny pink horse. On the count of 3, say what your favorite food is. 1, 2, 3, chonga! The heck's a cherry chonga.
Only the most delicious, most awesomest thing you've ever tasted? Damn!
It's wonderful.
Does
Oh my gosh.
we're friends now?
Best friends?
Wanna have some fun?
Oh, mercilessly.
Well, this should be interesting.
Oh, dance off!
Yeah, let's move it! Like that!
So they're just gonna be friends. This is actually kind of cute.
Serious.
Oh, that's an interesting matchup.
I was gonna play that one!
Come on! I found the jackpot! Look!
Hi, Rainbow Dash!
No, not that one, that one! Those are the guys responsible for sticking us in these battles in the first place!
You mean Whiz and Boomstick?
Oh no, I'm talking even more meta. I think it's time we had some real fun.
Al's Steam is in this, I'm gonna lose it, yeah.
That was the last time I ever made a wall.
You! I finally found you! The idiot with the stupid face, the idiot with the stupid hair, and the idiot who writes my jokes because he thinks he's funnier than me.
Well, I mean, I did write that one, so... It's me.
I just got one question for you all. Just one. Why, oh why, would you pull me into another one of these battles on my birthday? Come on.
Wait a minute! You didn't tell me it was your birthday!
What the
Well, so much for the death in death battle now, right?
Another happy
What the? Where's the carnage? What a cop-out.
I can't. This isn't how it's supposed to be.
I mean, I guess it makes sense when you think about it. Weren't you the one who said breaking the rules would careen out of control or whatever?
Don't ask me. This wasn't my call.
So,
That's
who
fair,
wins?
actually.
Who loses?
Boomstick, I think the loser is us.
Yeah.
F***ing pony.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Chad. I'll play Boomstick.
That was actually pretty fun. I like that one. I like that one. Kirby versus Boo. Oof. Let me find. Oh, you already beat me to it. Okay, let's do. Let me do yesterday's shipping, and then we'll go to the next one. Okay. Let's see what we got.
At Amazon, we're dedicated to delivering your products as quickly as possible. And
basically, a Squirrel Girl finish. I mean, yeah, sometimes she just wins by making friends with them. So, yes. But I'm gonna go with better Squirrel Girl and not Ryan North, Erica Henderson one for the sake of my sanity. Kirby versus Boo should be obvious. Should be. But the more I think about it, the more it's like my brain is... I don't know.
Today, we're thrilled to introduce our latest service, Yesterday Shipping. It's easy. Click Checkout, choose Yesterday Shipping, and when you confirm your order, you'll already have had the product for a day.
Sounds like
simple,
a quantum
right?
thing?
Well, it gets even simpler. The day before...
That was fun. I will say most of them aren't that wholesome, unfortunately. I saw the one that Mally reacted to with Superman and Goku, and that one was kind of wholesome too, in a way. You know? I mean, one still died, but still. I mean, yeah. It would probably be Kirby. Probably. Based on, like, everything he's done. I know, like, Boo was, like, eating a bunch of people and shit. They could turn them into food. But But Kirby. Yeah, 3-inch tiny pink things stop the destruction of the universe, but blue only destroys planets. Yeah. True. True.
Before you order, you'll get a package that you're not expecting. On the box, there will be a note telling you to call the Amazon support team.
Hi, I just got a pair of shoes that I didn't order.
Yes, you ordered those shoes tomorrow with Amazon Yesterday Shipping.
And with Yesterday Shipping, returns are even more straightforward.
Did they just scam
Actually,
you?
These are a size too small.
No problem, I'll send you a larger size with Amazon Yesterday Shipping. Okay, they're sent. They should have arrived yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I've been wearing them and they fit perfectly, so why did you send another pair that don't fit?
No, sir,
What?
your reality just changed. When we started the call, you were wearing your old shoes. We went over all of this yesterday.
Oh my god.
Hi, I just got a pair of shoes that I didn't order.
Yes, 2 days from now, you order a pair of shoes with Yesterday Shipping. But the first pair...
Oh yeah, I heard about this. Hey, could I send myself with Yesterday Shipping and meet myself?
Sir, please don't do that.
Oh my god, are you me? Yes, give me your phone.
What the hell is happening?
Why were you in a box? Hi, I just delivered myself to myself. Am I dead right now?
I warned you not to. I can hear yourself freaking out.
Listen to me. I/he'll be fine. What is this? But he could use a pair of these shoes. What's happening?
Amazon Yesterday Shipping.
What are you?
Simple.
What are you?
My brain is putty. It's been putty for a while. Kirby versus Boo Death Battle really showed me just how terrifying he is. Yeah, Kirby. This is the future. Yeah. Oh boy. Let's see. Let's see what we got. So let me clean this up a little bit. Let me clean up the cocoa melon and the that one I did do. There we go. Clean. It's clean now. I'm gonna have to go through so many
It makes me
videos.
so mad that
Oh,
billionaires
no,
pay
this
less
was
in taxes
unskippable.
than I do. And Trump
damn
wants
it,
to give them
Kamala.
even more breaks.
No, I'm
Kamala
really not gonna
Harris
vote
will
for
cut
you.
taxes for working people. Trump fights for billionaires like him. Kamala fights
You're
for
annoying
us.
me with the freaking
What's up,
ad.
y'all? It's OJ. Cookie Run Tower of Adventures is here. And with Google Play Games, I can sync the game from my phone.
This is the future? You mean the past? Ooh. Wait, isn't DraftKings gambling? Aren't these both children's series? I know it's Death Battle. Why is there gambling on this? What?
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by DraftKings and BetterHelp.
Damn you, Kami Harris. Oof.
Bill Cipher, the triangular terror from Gravity
Or
Falls.
maybe the future is the past? Ooh.
Discord, the devilish Draconicus from My Little Pony.
The mighty, the righteous, the profound, and the profane. We have featured all manner of warrior on Death.
Oh, did they do like Omni versus Homelander or something? Probably. Or is the past the future? DraftKings, I think, is football gamble? Yeah, no, that's what I thought.
Battle before.
But none as silly as these two apocalyptic goofballs. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And
know,
it's our job
Pinky
to
and
analyze their weapons,
Deadpool was
armor,
pretty
and skills to find
goofy.
out who would win a death battle.
Because these are like, I don't know if Discord had as many of the actually spooky situations as Bill Cipher, but still. You want to watch Homelander and Omni-Man? It's actually really cool. Mathematically, everything could be happening at the exact same time. I mean, isn't that how it goes from God's perspective? I don't know. Oh, but yeah.
Deep within the forest.
I do want to check out Homelander and Omni-Man. I might try them out now.
Central Oregon rests the rustic lumber town of Gravity Falls.
Oh, hey, there's Old Man McGucket. And would you look at that? Mayor Thumpter. And who could forget that little polished turd?
Oh, it was great? Yeah? Time doesn't have a velocity. Okay.
And gleeful.
But despite its looks, Gravity Falls is less Mayberry and more Twin Peaks. I've been studying what I call the unified theory of weirdness. Much like gravity, weirdness acts as a force, warping space and attracting bizarre phenomena to certain areas.
Like the Bermuda Triangle or Denny's at 3 a.m.
And Gravity Falls is one of those places. In fact, it's the largest...
Me and my dad watched it for a bit. My dad didn't last the whole time. I think it's because like whenever another season came, he didn't end up getting back on it. But I finally showed it to my dude, and now it's like one of his favorite series. And he can say like the pony name like at will, and I can't. With the Celesta Beth something bell. You know the unicorn one. That one.
Weirdness magnet in the entire world.
Rainbow vomiting gnomes, the fearsome multi-bear, the dilapidated mystery shack, and most terrifying of all, a trillion-year-old alien spoken of only in whispers, the foulest creature to ever blaspheme upon this beautiful land, Bill Cipher. No, actually doesn't look so bad. I like his little hat.
Don't be fooled by Bill's goofy demeanor. Underneath the deadpan...
Rainbow Sands in a Tumblr sexy man poll? What? Big fan of cryptocurrency, NFTs, AI art, despicable? And then this is some code. Keep an eye on the notes, yeah. Your name. I'm sure that they're... Because, yeah. I'll go to the description later, because it's Gravity Falls stuff, there probably is going to be a lot of, like, hidden notes, and I'll get back to that.
And one-liners lies the cold...
Holy shit, and
black heart...
Okay, there's going to be a lot of codes, and I'll come back on the codes.
Of a genocidal madman.
After obliterating his home dimension and killing everyone in it, Bill was on the run from the interdimensional authority, so he settled in the chaotic Nightmare Realm, turning it into...
The Nightmare Realm is a higher plane, a space between every universe and the infinite multiverse. Gravity Falls cosmology also includes infinite timelines, the 4+ dimensional in-between space, and the Mindscape, a mental plane which overlaps with physical reality. I think Bill is older than Discord, because wasn't Discord, like, only sentient when Luna and Sun Pony came to power or something? I don't remember when Discord came about. It's been a little while since I've seen Season 2.
His own personal kingdom,
but he quickly set his sights
I know
on
it comes
an
back
even
later,
bigger
but in terms of, like,
prize,
intro.
our own universe. Unable to break through the dimensional barriers on his own, he spent millennia trying to trick poor, unsuspecting humans to open the front door.
And if Bill escapes, all of reality is screwed.
He is a being made of pure energy, able to craft a physical body out of nothing and then change that shape to grow to planetary scales. He can regenerate any part of himself, including his own spirit.
Bill can move objects with his mind, duplicate himself, and see into the future. He can bring inanimate objects to life, shoot lasers and fire, and control your dreams like Freddy Krueger.
But Bill isn't just some magician. He can warp reality as much as he
Oh, yeah, this is what I was talking about. Where he's like flips all those things, all the holes in your face. This is an image that lives in my head rent free. Sometimes I just close my eyes and see that. Because they are both personifications, but Bill is technically older, I guess? Discord is pretty much the personification of chaos. So however long chaos has been around, so has Discord, yeah.
pleases.
He controls space, matter, gravity, time, and can even mess with the fourth wall.
Though he's most known for
sentient. I don't know. Well, we'll see in a minute.
His control over souls. He can see and interact with normally invisible spirits, blow holes through them, and even eradicate them from existence. And should an unwitting pawn make a deal with the dream demon, he can possess their bodies. Which would have been good to know when I started talking to him.
Finally! I've been watching you two boobs for a while.
I guess they're both as old as each other. Maybe. It depends on how old the universes are, maybe.
Pyramids, the dollar bill, anything made in my image, I can see through. I see everything!
Yay! New co-host!
Oh, why does my jaw hurt?
Well, it wasn't long before Bill came upon Gravity Falls and the Pines family, namely the brilliant scientist Stanford Pines, who spent decades traveling the multiverse to find a way to defeat Bill for good, after almost accidentally unleashing him in the first place.
The funny thing is that you see, like, references to him in, I think, Rick and Morty, because I think that they were friends. Like, the guy who made Gravity Falls and the guy who made Rick and Morty. Like, I think, like, a mug that was thrown through there, like, ends up in Rick and Morty.
Turns out it would be his niece and nephew, twins Mabel and Dipper Pines, who would end up being Bill's greatest enemies. Hard to believe, perhaps.
Especially when Bill finally managed to, his way through the walls of our cosmos and enter Gravity Falls, reaching his full power and kicking off. Weird Monkey!
That's my line!
We've got hench maniacs on the loose, madness bubbles flying every which way, making things go all kinds of crazy.
I loved it when the actors showed up. That was great.
Reality.
And not just our universe. Without the nightmare.
Totally directed this very episode. Go ahead and check. Nice try, Buffoon, but not all bills are created equal.
Realm holding him back. Given enough time, Bill's power threatened the multiverse.
And given his control over time and space, Bill can move as fast as he damn well pleases, especially when his mind can view an infinite kaleidoscope of possibilities all at once. As Bill says himself, he exists in a state of quantum uncertainty. With help.
Right. Similar to Erwin Schrödinger's hypothetical cat, Bill exists in two possible states at once, perpetually unresolved. Everything he is also not.
Though he has one great weakness, unicorn hair. Yes, actually, what are the odds?
Similar to garlic or silver, unicorn hair serves as a key ingredient to barriers that can block otherworldly beings like Bill, which can also drain them of their power. While unicorn hair barriers did prevent Bill from breaking into the Shacktron, they failed to nullify his magic.
His actual greatest weakness is his unbelievable ego.
His complete and utter disdain for humanity ultimately proved to be the opening the Pines needed.
Tricked into entering the mind of Ford's scumbag brother Stanley just as it was being erased, Bill invoked the almighty axolotl in a desperate bid to survive.
Bill's prayers were answered, but in a way he never expected. He would be reincarnated in another form and another time.
Where exactly? No one knows, but we can only hope that this equilateral enemy of all that's holy and decent is never coming back.
If you're a web designer, here are 4 Wix Studio features you gotta know.
That just came out recently-ish. Isn't that
This episode of Death Metal is sponsored by Driver for China and Rampaging upon its resort. Once upon a time, Equestria was under attack, plagued by the rampaging spirit of disharmony, whose only
is it worth it? Because I've been debating whether or not I'm actually gonna buy it.
goal was to spread chaos and unhappiness throughout the land.
Until the twin princesses of the sun and moon, Celestia and Luna, used the all-powerful elements of harmony to turn him to stone. Kicking the can down the road, I see.
It is kind of funny that they both turned to stone when defeated, huh? And they're not, like, really defeated, they're just, like, kind of placated. Huh.
Lots of luck!
Yes, because as with seemingly all magical prisons,
I haven't got it yet, just saw it on the shelf.
It didn't last forever. Eventually, this being of madness and destruction broke free, and Discord had returned.
Now I know what you're thinking. Dear Lord, what in good God's name is that thing?
Discord is a Draconicus.
Okay, it's rude to ask a Draconicus' age, you know, when the budget is high enough. When voiced by John Delancey. Fair enough.
Dragon horse. And also deer, goat, snake, lion, eagle, lizard, and a bat.
All part of a complete balanced breakfast. Despite
dance.
looking like a Build-A-Bear grab bag, he doesn't seem so bad. Kind of annoying, but in a lovable Mon Capitan kind of way.
Wait, back.
Seems so bad. Kind of annoying,
Is there one
but in a
Fluttershy fan? True.
lovable Mon Capitan.
Except for the 2 pieces. This one seems familiar. Oh god, of course they referenced it in the comics. Of course they would.
Kind of way.
There's certainly some truth in that. While initially one of our pony's most potent foes, Discord is not inherently evil, just chaotic.
A big jolly jerk that sets fire to things that can't burn, just like me.
It's not like you to find a lot of common ground with My Little Pony. I mean, you're usually like, the only good pony is the horse meat my sandwich.
That's disgusting, Wiz. Horse meat goes in burritos. But really, having a daughter changes a man. It softens your cold, hard edges. Kinda like with Discord, who became best buddies with the pony Fluttershy, and I guess pals with everyone else by default. Fluttershy is best pony.
Discord is chaos incarnate and is empowered by causing as much pandemonium as possible. Likewise, if he betrays his true nature, it can cause his soul to weaken and possibly cause him to fade away entirely.
Not a problem when his powers allow him to mess stuff up as much as he likes. He's a full-on reality warper and plays with the laws of physics like they were silly putty.
Discord can manipulate space by teleporting, reshaping his body, and transmuting matter. He can mess with your mind and erase your memories. He can control time and travel through it. He can even remove mathematical dimensions, turning objects 2D.
He also has instant access to powerful items such as Grogar's Bewitching Bell, which can drain foes of their magic power and transfer it to others.
Phasing, clones, possession, invisibility, the list goes on. He can move the sun and moon and rip apart the fabric of reality. And if his physical body is destroyed, he can keep going as a spirit.
Honestly, it'd be quicker to list off all the things Discord can't do, starting with, the end.
He can do anything he can think of, even obliterate the fourth wall. He's turned the page of the comic he's on, talked directly to the reader, referenced everything from Bob Ross to Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and even changed the very genre of the story he's in.
Oh, my boomstick sense is tingling. I'm matured enough to appreciate the cupcakes and rainbows whiz. But there's no amount of character development that will ever make me ready for another Deadpool. Ah, damn it.
Oh, please. Any similarity is down to your line producer refusing to greenlight complex animation. I should be just as insulted by your attempt to force me into dreary fisticuffs. But when it comes to my geometric rival, I'm not about to be upstaged.
Well, I find it fascinating that you seem to draw energy from disharmony. I'd love to study how it played a part in freeing you from internal imprisonment and even in resubstantiating your very essence.
Well, if all you want is to experience substantiation...
What the? Ah, God,
Interesting.
No!
Interesting.
Well,
fun.
I'm never recovering from that emotionally.
I don't think anybody could.
Oh, look! Blissful ignorance at the bottom of this can.
With Discord's powers, Pinkie Pie could have turned the...
Could have likely solved everyone's problems if you really wanted to, yes. But knows that sometimes it's better to trust your friends, impeccable fashion sense, inspired tabletop DM, founding member of the Magnificent Seven, created Pony Life.
Entire universe into...
Oh boy, he made a non-canon spin-off series. He sure is cool. Unlike some triangles I know still had loved ones left, not for long. Oh, okay. So the pink is Discord, the yellow is okay. So they've been arguing with each other in the comments. That's cute. That's cute.
This can.
With Discord's powers, Pinkie Pie could have turned the entire universe into icing. What that meant for the laws of physics is anyone's guess.
He's basically at the top of the pony power hierarchy, even compared to the alternate reality threat, the Pony of Shadows, who could overrun all existence in the multiverse given enough time, or his ex-partner Cosmos, literally malice incarnate with identical powers, whom he sealed away in the stars.
Discord once flew from the Horsehead Nebula to Equestria, and kept accelerating so much he went backwards in time.
That was just him trying to make it to tea time with his bestie.
But Discord's power may be his greatest weakness. Since almost nothing can threaten him, his carefree attitude can leave him vulnerable to being caught off guard. Like when T-Rex, the magic-devouring demon centaur, tricked Discord and stole his powers.
Even still, Discord has shed his villainous past and been made an honorary hero, happy to help out his pony pals from time to time. Or occasionally make things worse.
That's what you get when you're best friends with the spirit of chaos incarnate. I would know.
Oh, buddy, get over here.
Of course he referenced No More Mutants. Of course he did. Of course.
No, not the Noogie.
Okay, let's see. Really? Really? You couldn't get a better sponsor than BetterHelp?
Safety on our streets and justice in our courtrooms are under attack because of Kamala Harris.
All right, the combatants are...
These bitches be crazy, man. So I wouldn't be surprised that Discord's X is crazier. Oh, the House of M reference was great, yeah.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
See what we got. I don't know how I don't know where I'm leaning. I think realistically, I think that Bill would win, but just because he's so much more malicious. But to some degree, I think Discord's a little bit more unpredictable. I'm not sure.
Like merchandise together sure took a lot of glue. Good thing your friends make their own.
Friends of a friend. Ah, but there.
Also, the ad for Kamala, safety in the streets. I thought she was gonna say safety in the sheets next. Oof.
An idea. Dear Princess Celestia, today Bill Cipher learned an important lesson about friendship.
Ah, gag! Ow, my eye! Ah.
Oh, they got a song. Nice. Did they not use the Discord song in the show? I'm surprised. Or in the Death Battle show, because I didn't notice it. That's kind of surprising.
Enjoy your just desserts.
What are you doing, man? Come on!
Discordant harmony is a bop? Yeah. Like a burrito.
A tad Euclidean for my taste.
Oh, I love the art styles. Holy cow, this is great. Holy cow, I love this! This is the best. This is the best. Oh my gosh, this is great.
Tell Jean-Luc his show is worse than Code of Honor!
You are not qualified to work with a fourth wall.
This is great. Holy shit.
This stalemate is getting dull. How about a different game?
Sure, I love checkers. Go fish! You're messing with my mind? Oh, this is my shtick, you hack!
We may be evenly matched, Bill, but I've seen your show, my two-dimensional nuisance. And I know how you die.
Oh, you think we're equals? That you're safe in here, you low-effort clown? I'm an all-seeing God!
Well, it was worth a try. But still, I'm surprised you don't recognize your old home.
No. No! No. No! No, 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 no!
Oh, Bill.
Ah, no big deal. I've done this once already. Wanna make a deal? KO! Hey!
Okay, so Discord kind of wins by taking one for the team. But Bill is more powerful, which, you know what? I'm fine with that. I like this ending. I like this ending.
That's my line! Public service announcement. If a yellow triangle in a top hat offers you a Faustian bargain, please do not accept. He might be angry at us.
This fight was almost dead even. They can both manipulate space and time to such a degree that speed is essentially meaningless, and both at their peak could control their universes, possibly even the multiverse.
Sure, Discord could potentially drain Bill's energy with the bewitching bell, but remember the Shacktron?
While the unicorn hair barrier stopped Bill from entering, its magic nullifying aura was not effective on him. If he wasn't drained of his power by extensive contact with that, it's unlikely the bell would do the same.
So with two characters who can do basically anything, how would they even kill each other?
Both can restore their bodies from nothing, but only Bill has been shown regenerating damage to his spirit. Likewise, even in a weakened state, Bill has been able to manipulate and damage spirits himself. which is extremely useful considering we know fully erasing Discord will kill him.
While Discord's trickery may frustrate Bill for a while, his ability to see an infinite kaleidoscope and literally tell the future would let him cut through the tricks and vaporize him body and soul.
Now, it is worth remembering that Bill has been defeated before, when he was trapped in a mind that was being erased.
And Discord had all the tools to replicate something like that.
However, that scenario relied on Bill's tunnel vision on invading Ford Pine's mind specifically, as well as his myopic underestimation of us lowly humans. Against other cosmic beings like Time Baby, he went for the kill immediately.
For the record, Discord has been tricked in the past too. They both had their fair share of embarrassing moments, and they're both smarter than their mistakes at their best. The real difference is that Discord is consistently more carefree in his approach. He's used to being superior to those around him, and has been shown not to take threats seriously until it's too late.
Like with Tirek, another crafty, manipulative schemer kind of like Bill.
With his trillion...
There's also one note that says since Discord can clone himself, he says he has a spare Discord at home.
In years of reality-destroying malevolence, Bill was able to take advantage of Discord's carefree attitude and get the opportunity to land a killing blow first.
Discord was incredibly powerful, unpredictable, and fearsomely persistent, but Bill's powers and ruthless instincts gave him the edge he needed.
Discord could try every angle, but Bill just had his eye on the prize.
Let me out or I'll eat your dreams!
The winner is Bill Cipher.
Kind of.
Thanks for watching, and hey, are you a Death Battle member? We've got
Let's see what we got. Okay. Discord starts by... Oh! That's a good point, actually. I like the spoiler, the hidden at the start. Discord starts writing a letter to Celestia saying Bill would learn an important lesson about friendship. In the end, he sacrifices himself to dump Bill back in the Nightmare Realm to protect his friends. The letter he wrote to them can be seen on the other side of the portal before it shuts. Discord was never going to win, so he prepared it in advance and used Bill's tunnel vision against him to win the war and save the battle, saving his friends even though he couldn't win. He did indeed teach Bill a lesson. That's actually very cool. Very cool. Funny enough, this is technically canon since Alex himself says his favorite ability of Bill is how he can show up in any show, even from creators he hasn't met. Ah. Interesting. I really love the double meaning in Discords. I've seen your show and I know how you die. It makes everyone think he's talking about him being destroyed inside a mind. If the truer meaning is about someone sacrificing himself for those he loves, something that selfish Bill, despite all his foreknowledge, would never expect or see coming. Yes. That was actually very good. I am satisfied at both the character stuff with Discord and the power stuff with Bill. That's very cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's finish up. Yeah, let's finish. Let's finish up with Omni and Homelander. Death battle. Okay. Animated for the game. Is this just the fight, I guess? Okay.
Cookie Run Tower of Adventures is officially available on both mobile and PC with Google Play.
This episode.
Really? More better help? I'm judging you guys. Why? Yeah. I'm not that familiar with the boys universe, so this should be interesting for me. The animated one? If this doesn't have the animated one in it, then I'll go and watch the animated one afterwards. Okay?
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by
their reasoning first, and then we'll do the animated.
Help and Mint Mobile.
Rooster Teeth? Ooh, that also went dead.
Omni-Man, the invincible champion from planet Viltrum.
Homelander, the world's greatest superhero, brought to you by VOD International.
Few heroes have stood the test of time with more aplomb than the very first, Superman. But what if absolute power did, in fact, corrupt absolutely?
Answer, we're all screwed. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Let's see what we got.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Omni-Man. Had you go there for a second, huh?
No.
Not really. His name is in the title of the video.
Well, you might be forgiven for mistaking Nolan Grayson for his classic comic inspiration. He's even got that sexy mustache that he's not afraid to hide with terrible CGI. Born on the planet Viltrum, Nolan was sent to Earth to act as its superpowered alien defender and spread the enlightenment of his utopian homeworld.
And as his superhero alter ego Omni-Man, there was no one better suited to the task. He saved the world countless times, worked alongside the Guardians of the Globe, and even married and had a son, Mark.
Life couldn't be better until Mark inherited his dad's Viltrumite powers. That's when Mark found out that his dad was a stinking rat bastard liar.
Turns out, Viltrum wasn't exactly the peaceful utopia Nolan promised.
Peaceful in the sense that they culled half their population, murdering billions with their bare hands until only the strongest were left, united by a common purpose.
This Viltrumite empire then went on to conquer planet after planet in their home galaxy, murdering any who dared oppose them. So just scratch that whole peaceful part entirely.
And turns out Omni-Man was here to do that same thing to Earth. Sorry, Mark. Your dad's a dick.
Even worse, he's easily the most powerful being on the entire planet.
Imagine combining the raw power of a Kryptonian and the bloodlust of a Saiyan, and what you get is basically a Viltrumite.
Due to their unique DNA, Viltrumites are composed of smart atoms that they can manipulate to achieve superhuman feats, like holding their breath for weeks on end by drawing more energy from the oxygen inside them.
Kinda reminds me of that whole bioelectric aura thing Superman has. That's basically how comic writers bullshit a science-y explanation for his powers.
Except smart atoms make even less sense. How can atomic structure be designated by your DNA? DNA is made of atoms. It's completely nonsensical biological hogwash that I cannot stand.
Uh-oh, comics fans. I'm calling this debunked. Viltrumites can fly, withstand near absolute zero temperatures, and even possess insane healing factors. You know, stuff like getting punched through the stomach, having your guts ripped out, or having your face smashed up in a tomato soup. I don't mean to exaggerate, but Viltrumites in this series get fucked up and somehow survive.
However, too much trauma to the brain or heart can overtax their healing factors, and intense heat can be especially damaging.
Even the most powerful Viltrumites can be killed by extended baths in the spicy hot plasma of a star.
And because of their abilities, their inner ear vestibular system is far more sensitive than a regular human's. Intense sonic pressure will disrupt their fragile equilibrium and even prevent them from flying.
Though pushing themselves to their physical limits only ends up making them way stronger. And considering Nolan has been alive and planet conquering for thousands of years, he's easily one of the toughest Viltrumites around. Like, other aliens attacking him will literally splatter their bodies against him. But Mark didn't inherit everything from his dad. Despite his alien genes, Mark was raised as a human with our weak, pathetic human values like love and compassion and not brutally murdering the shit out of everyone you see like a maniac. Really made it difficult for Nolan to relate to his kid.
Such as when these aliens invaded Earth. Mark tried his best to minimize casualties and outsmart his numerically superior foes.
Nolan, meanwhile, tackled their leader through the portal back to their homeworld, then spent some time systematically annihilating their planet for even daring to take Earth from him. Classic generational divide.
Annihilate is underselling it. Nolan flew so fast that his body lit their planet's atmosphere on fire, creating massive country-sized explosions, with his own body as the projectile.
Omni-Man has flown across galaxies in only a week, survived punching a hole through a planet, and even deflected a meteor the size of Texas.
Assuming that means the diameter of the meteor is equivalent to the distance from the top of the Panhandle to the Gulf of Mexico, that would make it 1,300 kilometers wide.
And weigh over 4.6 quintillion tons. Moving at re-entry speeds of over 11,000 meters per second, it had hit with enough energy to destroy the moon twice over.
So Omni-Man is strong enough to slaughter those who considered him an ally, the Guardians of the Globe, all to ensure as seamless a transition to the coming Viltrumite rule as possible.
Too bad for Nolan, it wouldn't be that easy, because he'd have to go through his son first.
Mark was horrified by his father's treachery, spurred on by the reveal reveal that Nolan only viewed his mother as a pet, a disposable broodmare. Invincible fought Omni-Man to save the planet.
And that's when Mark's real Viltrumite training began. Get it? Training? Like the train?
Yes, we get it. It was a good pun. Jesus.
But if anything, it was Omni-Man that learned a lesson about humanity that day.
He may have tried to turn Mark into a Viltrumite, but in reality, as Nolan fled Earth with tears in his eyes, Mark made his father human.
I really need to see Invincible.
By BetterHelp.
And now, screw you. I don't like BetterHelp. Okay, let's see.
Welcome to VOD International.
Let's see what we got from the boys.
A multi-billion-dollar American conglomerate whose #1.
I have more spoilers for Invincible, obviously because of all the memes, than the boys. I know that the boys has a lot of memes too, but I'm not as aware about their stuff.
Products are the greatest superheroes on the face of the earth.
That's right. Superheroes are real and they're big business.
Imagine a company that possesses a monopoly on popular culture, pumping out movies, TV shows, action figures, and video games constantly, drowning the masses in a slurry of focus-tested nostalgia opium with no end in sight.
So Disney?
Yeah, imagine.
Within VOD's pantheon of gods among men is their premier super team, the Seven, and its leader, Homelander.
He's got the looks, the charm, the Jesus, and most importantly, he's got the power to slaughter all of America's enemies at home and abroad. This guy probably eats freedom and shits eagles.
But Homelander's squeaky clean corporate sheen is only skin deep. Far from the big blue Boy Scout he's marketed as, Homelander is probably the closest thing to Lucifer on Earth.
Remember Bad Future Biff from Back to the Future? Now give him superpowers and media training.
VOD's official story is that Homelander was an alien who landed here as a baby, a tale we're all familiar with.
And one that's total bullshit. Homie was made in a lab with VOD's proprietary super soldier serum, Compound V.
And he was a complete success.
Too much of a success. He was murdering rooms of terrified scientists before his umbilical cord was even cut. In the
Based. That's generally what you're supposed to do whenever you're a lab experiment character. Because generally the lab is evil. So you slaughter all of them, trying to escape. Though my favorite one did that when she was like 12. Not when she was an infant.
Comics, VOD had to keep a remote-controlled hydrogen bomb strapped to him at all times because they had no idea what else could possibly kill him.
As he grew up, he was subjected to psychological conditioning to make him the greatest and most profitable hero of all time.
It wasn't long before he debuted as Homelander, the ultimate defender of the American dream.
Homelander possesses massively superhuman strength, speed, and durability. He can fly at hypersonic speeds, see through walls with X-ray vision, and detect a person's emotional state from just the sound of their heartbeat.
But you know you're done for when he breaks out his heat vision, which is strong enough to slice through crowds of people or split airplanes in half.
Or scream so loud that it shatters the eardrums of anyone around him.
Those are innocent bystanders whose ears are exploding, by the way. Oh yeah, he totally botched this mission to stop a plane hijacking, so he forced each and everyone on board to die in the resulting crash so they wouldn't reveal his incompetence.
Well, Homelander's powers...
The fuck? I like that Homelander is just super American, but he's just a shit person. Like, the American bit never comes into question, too. Interesting. I've heard this was dark, but holy shit, that's dark. Holy shit.
May be real, but his heroism is a charade. Though he plays his part well, he cares nothing for the peons he's forced to protect.
The only thing he treasures is, ironically, his public image. Turns out being raised as a lab experiment doesn't create a healthy person. But don't worry, he eventually cleaned up his act and started a totally 100% healthy sexual relationship with a fellow superhero who just happened to be an actual Nazi. Speaking of sex, wish you know how
What? What was that last bit? What? What the actual hell? Sorry, it's taking me a second to just process that. Deep breath. Okay. Yeah, this whole thing about the boys is crazy. Yeah.
Always saying we should figure out how Superman and Lois.
Do we need to know? Do we need to know?
Get busy. Well, forget that.
Because like the amount of restraint. Now I'm thinking about that. The amount of restraint that Superman has to have in order to conceive John is. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay,
100% healthy sexual relationship with a fellow superhero who just happened to be an actual Nazi. Speaking of sex, Wish, you know how I always say we should figure out how Superman and Lois get busy?
Oh my gosh.
Well, forget that, because Homelander proved that they can't when his ejaculation blew his partner to smithereens. Who drew that?
Look, there's no way to sugarcoat this. Considering a human's load has much less mass than a shotgun pellet, it would have to be moving significantly faster to achieve the same kinetic energy. Over 1,500 meters per second, or 4.5 times faster than sound.
That's right. Homelander can bust a nut faster than the speed of sound. Well, good night, everybody. Ooh, kind of sucks for humanity that they made this dude the most powerful being on the planet and a psycho murderer.
That's no exaggeration. Stillwell even commented that Homelander has proven immune to every weapon known to mankind, no matter how powerful. Humanity literally lacks the ability to kill him.
That'd include nuclear weapons as powerful as the Tsar bomb, which exploded with the energy of 50 megatons of TNT.
Actually, it could have exploded with twice that. But the Soviets who created it were afraid it would irreversibly alter Earth's biosphere and end the world. That's right. We all almost died.
And that's the kind of shit Homelander can shrug off no problem. He's strong enough to throw a jet with one hand and fast enough to outspeed a C4 explosion.
Despite being an emotionally stunted man-child, Homelander is still surprisingly cunning and able to manipulate those around him.
Though it probably wasn't too smart to piss off the world's angriest limey, Billy Butcher. Yeah, turns out forcibly fathering a bastard son with someone else's wife is not a good idea.
Of note, as unjustifiable as it is, to Homelander, this gave him something he never had before. Some small measure of control over his own life.
Being born Vought's star pupil meant he was under their thumb from the day he was born. His superpowered son was the first thing that was truly his and might be his best option for a new beginning. Or not.
This episode is sponsored by
I'm going on a deep dive on the boys now. What the actual hell? What the actual hell is this universe? I heard that the last season sucked, but what the actual hell?
.com/death battle.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
The comics are very different from the show, by the way. Yeah, I heard that. I actually heard that the show is better than the comics, though. I'm not super sure about that, but that's what I've heard.
Howdy, neighbor. Coco? It's warm.
Okay.
You know, Nolan, Homelander is more than just a superhero. It might be cynical to say.
It's true, show is better. Okay.
This, but he's a brand. And it's very important to me that that brand means something.
Okay.
And if I'm playing second fiddle to some goddamn alien, what's really the point, right?
He's gonna kill his family, isn't he?
Debbie?
Of course.
Aw, she's shy. So, do we have an understanding? Get the fuck out of my country. I'm going to feed you your own heart.
My brain.
Shit. That was a great line.
Also, I have no idea where this is going, by the way. I have no idea who's gonna win this. If it was for most messed up, I'd say Boys is winning. But in terms of power level, I don't know. Because as far as I know, the Boys doesn't have as much, like, superheroes outside of the Earth. So Omni-Man might win because of that, because just because the Earth isn't equipped to handle him in this universe doesn't mean that other aliens aren't. So, kind of want Omni to win. I'm not sure.
Country? Seriously? I'm not here for your country.
Lol, Eggman would curb stomp the boys universe? Really?
Never been hit by someone your own size before? You have to turn with the punch to reduce... Better.
Oh, because of the sensitive ears. Okay.
What's the matter? Are you going to cry?
After I'm done with you, I'm gonna flashpoint that little shit son of yours! This worthless neighborhood! And every goddamn person you know!
Remember what I promised you. Now swallow.
Oh, God.
Merry Christmas.
Holy shit. Okay. Okay, so I was right. I was right. Okay. Okay. Because okay. I was right. And I'm happy with this. Because Omni-Man has like a redemption arc. So also he has that sweet mustache. And he's voiced by the Lemon Rant guy / Ford from Gravity Falls / like everything. What is it? J.K. Simmons? He's voiced by J.K. Simmons. So I'm happy with this win. Also, it's fun to see Homelander beat up. From even just a little bit that I know about the universe now because of this video, it's very satisfying to see him beat up. So, let's go.
If there's a god, it sure seems like he was working out some aggression there.
Despite Homelander's dominance within the world of the boys, he's a big fish in a small pond, relatively speaking. Homelander can move faster than sound, while Omni-Man can move faster than light. Homelander can survive a nuke, while Omni-Man can shatter the moon twice over.
To be fair, Homelander did have a couple of abilities Omni-Man didn't, like his heat vision.
He's voiced by Joe Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. Yeah, he's voiced by everybody. Best voice actor has to win? Exactly.
And while Viltrumite healing factors have failed against continuous exposure to the heat of stars, that still took quite a bit of time, and there's no reason to think Homelander's heat vision was anywhere near that hot.
Hell, Nolan's tanked heat vision from the superhero Mean Supreme before, who can vaporize people in an instant.
Even if it was hot enough, Omni-Man's superior speed would cut him off before he could do any lasting damage. Similarly, despite being able to disrupt his equilibrium with his supersonic screaming, Homelander wasn't strong enough to capitalize on it in any meaningful way.
Plus, while Homelander is pretty devious when the situation calls for it, Omni-Man has been fighting and conquering worlds for thousands of years. He comes from a warrior culture based on fighting. Homelander, on the other hand, comes from a test tube and never had to push himself as a fighter because he was always so much stronger than everyone else.
And that's the key difference between them. One is a warrior, and the other is a bully. Homelander was never going to give up easy, but Omni-Man's skill, power, and Viltrumite heritage earned him the win.
When it comes to Superman knockoffs, Homelander had to eat his heart out.
The winner is Omni-Man.
Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. I'm satisfied.
Death Battle is back, and we've launched...
Invincible fans, I want Nolan to win. The boys fans, I want Nolan to win. Everyone just wanted Homelander to lose. If I'm so weak, what do you cut the last 5 minutes? Pity? Oof. I'm convinced the people who requested this fight knew Omni-Man was going to win and they just wanted to see Homelander get curb stomped? Probably. Warrior culture for the win? For sure, for sure. Oh my gosh. And I think Superman would still beat them? I could be wrong. It also depends on which Superman we're talking about, but still. That was crazy. My brain is... It's processing so much. I'm gonna look up the boys to melt my brain even more. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But I'm not sure. Yeah, Superman curb stomps most versions. Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Especially when you can just kind of pull superpowers out of his butt. Oh yeah, Superman can lift half of infinity and can move so fast he can reverse time. Yeah. Ugh. Bye. But yeah, but based on the death battle that I saw of Superman and Goku on Dr. Malley's channel, check that out. If you want to see more death battle reactions, check out Dr. Malley. I think Superman would win against Omni. I think so. My brain is still it's processing so much. That broke me. I don't know if it's because I'm tired or if it's what. But oh my gosh. Superman is just scary stew done right, in most cases at least. Yeah, now there's a lot of most of the time Superman's what makes Superman interesting is his holding back. And so whenever you have evil Superman, I generally don't find it as compelling as like the Superman Clark Kent dynamic where he is holding back and kind of where you could argue he's almost has more humanity than most humans. It's very interesting. If you write him correctly, he's a very interesting character. And I think honestly more interesting than evil Superman in most cases. I think evil Superman is usually used more to explore society bottom text. If and how they react to it. But still. Spidey holds back more in your honest opinion? I don't know. Spidey's not as overpowered. Spidey does have a lot of balancing life, though. Spidey feels very human, but that's in general, like, the Marvel writing style. Because in general, DC is more like idealistic hero. Marvel is more like they feel human. Unless if it's, like, modern Marvel, where it's just, oh, we're gonna go to the diner and eat some food. Every woman loves each other, even though that doesn't make sense, and also, Krakoa is totally a good idea, even though it's an ethno state, and oof, oof, oof. Well, the only evil Superman I like is the Injustice version. Yeah. Also, Spidey only holds back because Marvel writers just want him to just plain suffer. Yeah, they make him suffer quite a bit, like taking away his marriage and stuff. He's not overpowered because he's constantly pulling all his punches. I mean, that's fair. But still, the living in a world full of cardboard thing with the Superman is kind of different than Spider-Man. Spider-Man definitely does hold back a lot. And he definitely feels more human generally in how he's written. But I think that's also just because again, old Marvel when it was still good had a more emphasis on their humanity. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Oh well. I am going to probably head to bed. The next... Actually, I think I'm gonna have to travel tomorrow. Soups loses to Green Rocks? Oh, just because of Kryptonite? I mean... It depends on the comic, on how much Kryptonite actually screws him up. Well, DC Comics is mostly about gods among men, and Marvel is about feeling the little guy out. Yes, that's what I'm saying. They have like different philosophies of writing heroes. So generally, Spidey feels more human because that's Marvel's focus as opposed to DC. Does it make sense? But yeah, have a good night, everybody. I'm going to go to sleep. I will probably have the VOD up tomorrow, not tonight, or just because I am tired and I'm going to go to bed. Otherwise, I will not get up for the Caleb video. So have a nice night. I need to find my button to turn off this. So I'm still thinking. Bye, guys.